independent bosses, man. And like I was telling him, some days you just need some words of encouragement. We all get involved in whatever it is that we do for a living. And some days you just want to get up and you want to, see what your people is doing. And maybe they might give you an idea that might inspire your day, or you can give them an idea that might inspire their day, or, maybe y'all can get out and market or whatever. And so, I called A-Hart, man, and he picked up, and, man, that's how it is, He always there, and then look at us, we doing a podcast. We like, bro, let's make this happen. And shout-outs to you, because he about that action. Like, we was like, let's do the podcast, dog, like 3 o'clock work for you? I'm like, dang, it's about in 4 hours, but I think I can make that work. So shout out, man. This made my day. On the real. You never know what you can do. Call somebody. Check on them, y'all. Y'all see what can happen if you just check on your peoples.
Straight up. And then you tell me about, man, it's so, I love it. Because you tell me about all of the times where you put effort in, and it could have been an empire, and motherfuckers just wasn't, they just wasn't they didn't have a broad mind, like they just didn't understand how big it was. And I'm like, damn, like this nigga understands completely what I be talking about. Yeah. So I just be listening, bro. Like,
no, I appreciate
hear
that.
what else you was on, because it's inspiring. It's all inspiring.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man.
Straight
just
up.
to get with like-minded individuals, man.
Yeah.
I've been out here, and we've been doing our thing, and we just been trying to hustle. And you know how it is in Milwaukee, man. We rough with our people, man. We say we love each other, but I don't know what kind of love we got. We need to learn how to love people.
It's rough love.
Yeah.
Because, we grew up in it. You got to prove yourself. You can't just say, motherfuckers be saying words, and it's like, okay, it's going to get cold. And I think that's a big part of what the problem is here. Like, we, once it start getting cold, like, your morals ain't the same no more. You know what I'm saying? This dating back to, democracy. What, 1816? What time? When did this state get forged? So it's like, you need to think back to what motherfuckers had to do to survive and how that impacted their living situation and how they passed that on to their people. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to... because I've been down south, and it's like, oh, I understand a motherfucker that'll sleep outside.
Right, man.
I get it. Because the motherfucker, but down south, they be like, oh, okay, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't be playing games like this. And it's like, I get it, because you got different things that you care about.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You got different things that are important, and I get that. And you got to adapt to your environment and your situation, and that is very important context to your life.
Absolutely, man. And, just kind of being humble sometimes, scaling back. Like, we all people at the end of the day, and we all trying to live, and we all got to live in the city together, so why not work together? You know what I mean? I don't understand how sometimes we have so many problems with us just connecting, or just even on a basic form, like communicating. Like, I feel like a lot of our violence is like a result of, like, bad communication and misunderstanding. So, like, again, man, if we just realize people is people, and they just want to be talked to like that. And not everybody on that page, I get it. But when you can find somebody like, what me and A-Hart did, we connected just two like-minded individuals that just want to, build something for our family. We business people, we from the community. We went to NPS. We get it. And we steady out here on that positive vibe, though. We not letting the city taint our image, and we not being negative. So, man, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. When it's 2000, I graduated in 2001. You graduated 01?
Yeah,
graduated
01.
Yeah, okay. So in 2008, if you 15th and 17th in the world in math and science, clearly there's a different agenda. There's something going on. There's some politics. There's a lack of funding. There's something going on, and you need to be aware of that.
Yes, that's true, man. Because we went to Madison, and when you don't want to send your kids to the high school you went to because it got worse, it's like, really, when we was there, like I said, we already had security cameras, and we had the whole dig going on in the school. Like, like, that's the thing. Like, how many people in high school had security cameras in the hallways? Like, that just lets you know where we was at. But a lot of people, man, these schools, I don't think they can get any worse, but they did, and it is. I think it's a problem with the MPS, not no disrespect to our people that I know that may be listening that's out there that's working for MPS, but, our school systems need to get a little bit better for our kids, man. We got to really take care of the kids.
What do you think is the answer to the school system?
Man, it's tough. I think we need to really, look at how we do education over again. I think, things have changed. I don't think people learn the same way. I don't think, it should be structured the same way. So we should just change the whole school system. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like we need to get more people in there that really want to teach and that don't want to come in for a check. Because, if you uninspired about your job, I don't know how you're going to inspire kids to want to come in and learn. Yeah. And, we had teachers like, Mr. Kendrick and man.
Shout out to Mr. Kendrick.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Kendrick, man. And it was a couple other teachers. I don't want to just say Kendrick, but I don't want to mess up no names.
Shout out to Miss Bond.
Miss Bond, yes. All those type of teachers that went a little further than the teacher, man. And they connected with us and they understood us. Yeah. And that's what make the change, man. That really would make the change, But when you got a school system where, they don't understand the youth, or y'all scared of the youth that y'all teaching, y'all don't believe in what y'all teaching, man, it's a failing system. So I just think we need to maybe start from square one again and figure out what's best for our kids, man.
Start back at one.
For sure, man. Build it up from the ground up, man. And I think with this COVID going on right now, it may give us an opportunity to revamp that. I know with my kid, man, he homeschooling right now, and my kid, he kind of a little bit of a knucklehead at times, and so this is giving me one-on-one to really see what he's learning and really engage with him. So I'm on him, you know what I mean? Like the Mr. Davis or the Kendricks that was on us, son, what is you doing? You got to talk to him where you from? When you, please, Mr. Waddy, can you do that? But when you, Waddy, or you hard on somebody, like your dad or something, we need that order, man, and that kind of hits you. And when another, black man or somebody from your community tell you, man, what is you doing? You embarrassing us. You need to straighten up, man. This ain't who you are. That means something.
That means a lot more.
It means a lot more. It just does. I don't know why. You embarrassing us as a people, and you don't want to be that person. But I just think, these teachers got to be more than just, hey, let me give you your curriculum. You got to be for these kids, man. You got to really be there.
Yeah, but I think it's man. I feel like they created a school system, and we just try and figure out how to get the best out of it.
True.
And it's I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. But I remember, 98, 99. I started high school in 96, and we had a computer with discs or whatever.
Floppy disk.
Yeah, floppy disk. It was out of date. I know it was out of date, but it's I don't
still
even
playing
know.
Oregon Trail.
Right, at home on a green screen. That motherfucker only green and black. But yeah, man, it's I feel like the school system standardized child learning, and it's you can't allow a system to do that. As black people, if we feel like that shit is not doing what we needed to do, and it's definitely not because it's designed not to, we got to get in there. So
got to get involved, parents. That's another thing that I'm proud of with me and my wife, man. We go to parent-teacher conference. We make sure the teacher knows that he has two loving parents at home. And if you don't take care of him, we up here.
Listen, a lot of times, teachers be oh, it's two of y'all? They don't...
For sure.
Yeah, they have a reaction, and it's
oh, right, because they shocked. My son, some of his college, his students their parents is not together no more. They divorced too. It's not just a black thing. But, I make sure he knows that he got his mom and dad, and it's really rare for a black male to still have his mom and dad, biological dad too, in the household. And so I'm too legit to quit with that. I'm proud of that. And so every teacher he go to, I make sure they know my name, you know what I'm saying? And they know what I'm about. If you got a problem with my son, you call me. And I think my point behind this is that if we get on these teachers and let them know that we are serious about our kid education and we hold them accountable to do the same, they will. I've seen it with some teachers. Like, if you ain't showing up at the parent-teacher conference, how you expect a teacher to take your child education more serious than you? So, you know, you need to show up at the parent-teacher conference. That's your opportunity to give your input. And then you can go a little further. You can join, like, the, you know, parents conference chamber or whatever they got, where you can, you know, help do fundraisers or whatever. But at least show up to the parent-teacher conference if you can't volunteer. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you know, you need to be checking on your kid.
Man, Coach Waddy in the building, man. You know, get on me if I'm not extending my full effort, cause the kids is the kids is what it's about. Period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I done seen that. You know, I done went in there as a black man and been like, you know, had that little startling, you know, or I done heard like a weird story like, my kid is pretty good, but you was like, you know.
Yeah,
you gotta just watch like, it's like, I see that you're, you know, like, you probably understand like educational disbursements.
Yeah.
You know, like,
right.
you're good with that, but you don't interact with like black fathers.
Yeah, right.
That often, so you don't have that you know, that lexicon. You just don't have that comfort. And it's just like, I don't really want you teaching my kid. You know, like, I really have to. We have to look at what we offer to the educational system and what we allow for it to dictate.
Absolutely.
In our lives.
Absolutely, I believe that, and that's why, you know, we need to have better representation in the school system. I was at John Muir, like, middle school, like 6th and 7th grade. And I wasn't doing that hot. And then my mom pulled me out, and she pulled me over to Malcolm X Middle School off the east side.
Yeah.
And then, man, that school was rough, and I thought it was bad, but actually it was the best thing that happened to me, because I met 2 black teachers over there. One of them was Mr. Thomas, and the other one, Mr. Lee. And these dudes was black educated men that went to college, kind of like Mr. Kendrick, before I met him in high school. And they was just telling me about the history and the pride of just being black, and just seeing how old they were.
How old are you when you get this pride?
Man, I was in 8th grade, so don't give me the line. I don't even know where you be.
No,
like
I
13,
think you turned
14?
13, right?
Yeah, probably like 13, 14. Yeah. And like I said, you know, I was a knucklehead. I went to John Muir, and we was wilding out and doing all that. But when I went to Malcolm X, they started teaching me a little bit about self-respect, self-love, and, you know, it was just impactful to see a black man in front of me, educated, teaching, and has so much respect for himself. It just challenged me to want to be that. You know what I mean? When you think that it has to be negative or it has to be an ignorant black male, you know, they just showed me that it's a different level to this, and it just challenged me to want to be a better person. So like I said, you know, a lot of our people, we need to go in there and show these kids this. Like I said, they need to see that. If they don't see nothing else but just you and how you carry yourself, they need to see that.
Hey, okay, so you said you seen a black man like display things to you. What's your relationship with your father and the black men that you have that type of that should have that commitment to you?
Absolutely. I think, you know, my dad, I didn't know my dad until I was 18. So my living situation was, you know, my grandfather and my grandmother, they were married. So my grandfather was my father in that retrospect. And then my mom had brothers. And so, you know, my uncles will be like, you know, big uncles and school me to like what to do in the street, how to dress and stuff like that. Yeah, they did that part, right? But, you know, like as far as like a Bill Cosby type of representation of a black man, like a educated, legal, straight about the road. Like, I didn't have that necessarily. My grandfather, he worked all the time. But, I was telling you earlier, back in the day, he got the grandfather, he'd be working 10, 12-hour days. You barely be seeing him, but not to wake him up and disturb him.
Yeah.
And then the grandmother is at home every day taking care of everything. And they like, don't you mess up. Don't you wake up your granddaddy. Don't have him get involved, because he get involved, he going to be mad. He need his rest. Right. That's how it was. So I didn't really get to see him on a daily basis. I knew he worked extremely hard. We paid the bills, and that was it. But, as far as like etiquette, like how to carry yourself, how to talk about yourself, how to dress, how to express your ideas, like that was what they gave me, rather than the street where, we rib or crack, or, when I mean crack on people, meaning we cap on each other or joke. Like, it was just a black man, like, look, brother, do better, dress better, don't act like that. And it just challenged me to be better, like I said. And it was like, man, it's another way. You can be better. You don't have to act like that. Yeah. And so when you give a choice like that to somebody, if not everybody do, but it kicked in for me. I'm like, man, I want to be like him. I want to be educated. I want kids to listen to me. I want to give back to my community. And so me just seeing that is what really made me work hard. And them teaching me, it was just more nurturing, like a father teaching his son, rather than when you're working with a teacher, sometimes your teacher is white and y'all don't relate. She a white lady. Yeah. She don't relate where you from. She don't get what you going through. And when they can take a math program, a problem, and break it down and be like, all right, well, look at it like this example. If you were to go buy some Jordans, or look at it if you were down at the corner store, and just really make it relevant. Right. That's impactful. Just like a preacher, it's the word, but if he can make the word relevant to you, like break it down and make it, bring it home for you, that's going to be way more important than somebody just preaching to you. So, like I said, we got that insight. We can break it down for these kids, man. We understand these kids a lot better than they do. And same thing with the parents. No one should know your kid better than you. And if that's the case, man, you got to get better, man, for real.
Man. Yeah, I think it's, man, like I feel like we allowed whatever our public schooling system to dictate standard for us, and now we're like, wait a minute, y'all are failing every year, and we gotta, so now I feel like we at the point where it's like, damn, we gotta figure out what we need to contribute. But I feel like that was the biggest problem with like the generation that raised me. They just sent me to school. Like the first year of school, I missed 25 days and I still got a 2.5. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm smart, bro, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you understand the structure and just all the moving parts that go with, high school right now.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah. It's a lot, especially high school. If you talking about high school, like high school, you trying to find who you are. You trying to get your identity. You trying to, you got pressure on figuring out what you want to be. So when you graduate, it's an impactful time, high school, man. And when you go in by yourself, you find, if you don't have no guidance at home with your family, you find your guidance elsewhere. Yeah. And that's where a lot of people go to the streets, or they go to the schools, and, that's where they get their guidance from. And that's why, again, parents just got to be involved. Like, you going to learn, kids are going to learn somewhere. I don't care. You don't have to learn from your parent to be a better person. You can learn from anybody, but if you don't have that example in your life, and, you don't have people that's really out there to make sure you do the right things, then you're going to learn from the riffraff. And I think that's what a lot of our schools did. Like, a lot of people didn't have their parents around, or their parents was working all the time, and they didn't have anybody to really help them find who they was. So we went to school and we were learn from each other, and sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. But, if you got your parent at home, I think it brings like an anchor to the kids. Like, yeah, you can, you're going to go out in the world, you're going to learn so many different things, but we're going to teach you the values, and we're going to teach you the norms to keep you grounded. And when you don't have that, then you are just like a leaf just blowing in the wind. When you're not anchored down to anything, then you would just essentially be wherever, the wind carry you. So I think that important with the kids is, you can't send your kid to school and say, teach my kid and do everything. Like, and then you don't want to show up to parent-teacher conference, so they raising your kid. And then when they not doing a good job, we mad. Well, let's change it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know the answer as far as how to change it, but let's go to the parent-teacher conferences. Let's teach our kids at home. Let's teach our kids outside the classroom. Like, you know, it don't have to be an assignment from the class. Let's just teach them something about their culture or about their family tree or something. We don't talk about enough about that. We just say go to school, keep your head down, and get a job. And then, you know, you do all that and then you lost. So come on, man. Let's just change it. So all of us can be part of the answer.
Coach Waddy.
Yeah, shut up, straight up.
Coach Waddy.
Yes, sir.
I'm coining the term. You my coach.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you.
And I feel like, okay, so we have a public schooling system, and you said that it's not, you know, it's not doing the job.
No.
And personally, I don't think it's meant to do the job. I think it's meant to do what it's doing.
Yeah.
I just want to hear what you have to say as far as like anywhere from us building a school system to us teaching our kids, and just speak on it.
Yeah. You know, again, I feel like if we can start a school system that brings a little bit of our culture and also brings in the education aspects of today's world into it, like kind of like a historical black college type of almost, where you know you kind of get some culture as far as who you are, you get a message, and then you also get the education piece. I think that would be great because, again, you know, you got to understand these kids where they're coming from. And if you teaching them, you know, the European education and you learning about Christopher Columbus and all this other stuff and you wondering, like, where are you at? And then they come in and they bring you in and then, you know, they start talking about black history and they talk about slavery, how we was in chains and and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, you know,
a white person telling you how your grandparents, or your great grandparents was in chains.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And they up here teaching you your history. So I think you gonna have problems with that. Like, Absolutely. It just don't make sense. So if we can go and set up a curriculum for ourselves, for our kids, we should absolutely do that. Like I said, shout out to Malcolm X, man. They tried to do something like that. That school had a rites of passage program. Where they would teach men how to be boys, and they would teach us about culture and a lot of the African culture. And, you know, like I said, we had that representation around, so it brought around pride, you know what I mean? And they made us wear uniforms and just, you know, have that self-respect. And we do need that. But, you know, these schools, man, they're almost like daycares to me now, man. I don't even think they're really teaching. Like, you know, they just housing kids while your parents at work. And then the parents think that these teachers is going to raise your kids. That just don't make sense to me. Like, that's not what they were there for in the first place. Never should you send your kid to be raised by somebody else. And then when they get it misconstrued, then now you mad. So, yes, let's teach our kids. And if you don't want to build a school, like I said, I'm homeschooling my son. And we can do the school curriculum. But then when we're done with that, I'm teaching him something about life. I got my business, Waddy Corporation, you know, or Waddy Insurance Brokers, I mean. And, you know, I could teach them about marketing. I could teach them about ownership. There's so many other valuable things that they don't even teach us in school. I think me and you, A-Hart, was talking about they don't even teach us finance.
Yeah.
Like, how you go to school like 12 years and you don't even know how to balance a checkbook barely. You don't even know, like, how to open up an account. You don't know what credit is or none of that stuff. So, obviously, there's something wrong here, people. Yeah. I don't have the answer, but there's clearly something wrong. And my thing is, just if someone else can't help you make a change, then you need to be that change you want to see. So, yes, let's get together. Let's figure something out for our kids, because at the end of the day, they are our kids. That's the key word.
Man, straight up. And I'm glad you spoke to that, because, you know, a lot of times we're like, the school system and the school system and the school system. Have you looked into Dr. Howard Fuller, who was our superintendent?
I have not. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Dr. Howard Fuller is a national hero. He launched like the Choice program. That whole initiative, like, that was a nationwide initiative, and it launched here. And he didn't get a lot of support, you know, but it was good. It was good for education, just in giving kids a choice, you know, and other people the ability to learn other environments. But it's just like, I learned about Howard Fuller. You know, I was looking up Milwaukee legends and Milwaukee, you know, impactful people. and he was one of the people who motherfucking changed the educational landscape of Milwaukee, and people don't really talk about that.
That's dope.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
Barack and Michelle Obama came to no, I'm sure Michelle. I don't think Barack came, but Michelle Obama came to his school.
Dope.
Yeah, man, and that shit's on 32nd in Wisconsin, and fucking Capitol.
Wow, see?
Bro, you had Michelle Obama on 32nd and Capitol.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Think about that. So
that's dope. That's dope, man. Yeah, shout out to him. I do believe we have some good.
We got some heroes. We just don't want to play them up like that.
Yeah, we just don't. We just don't. You know, and it's sad because, you know, a lot of people say, well, we failing and we ain't doing the right things. And again, I don't want to say that the whole system is failing, but I do want to say that it need to be tweaked. I don't want to say all the teachers in the school system is bad, because there are some good ones, but there are some that's just in there to get the check.
Yeah.
And so, you know, but I really like people that think outside the box. Like, education do need to be, you know, changed up. It hasn't changed in so long, y'all. Like, I mean, I don't even know. When did they start the curriculum? It's probably been the same curriculum for years and years and years. And you just, and life hasn't been the same, so why are we teaching the same? So, you know, we just got to change that, y'all, and whatever that is. And a lot of times it don't have to be a textbook, man. You know, you could probably teach your kids, like, real-life scenarios and real-life values that'll probably add more value than what they learned in school. Like, just the appreciation of money and how money works and how to borrow and debt and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, it's all kind of ways we can teach our kids. We can make it fun, too. We can start programs where we show kids how to, you know, get a little, you know, slush fund and have them, you know, invested and start a little business or something, or give them a little slush fund and show them how to invest the money and make it a game to see kind of, you know, returns they can get over the years, and just make it engaging for them where, you know, now they happy about something, but yet it's still they learning a life lesson. Like, hey, here go 500, y'all. Figure out how to flip this and turn this into $1,500, and what stocks will we invest in, or what bonds are we going to do? Or, hey, y'all, here go, you know, $1,000. Let's start a brand. I mean, hey, Hart, you doing that with your daughter, you know. You got her with a brand, and, you know, that, like I tell you all the time, I think that's going to be really impactful for her to understand that more than what she can get in school. So, like, there's all kind of alternatives. We ain't got to have a classroom, y'all. We just got to teach these kids life lessons. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I agree 100%. So what my thing is, like, okay, so we have this school system that's in, never mind. Listen, okay, what I was gonna say. So you mentioned my kid, and she has a business already at 4. She had a business at 4.
At 4.
What she makes soap.
Who do that? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out, baby. Go and do your thing.
So the mindset behind that was that, you know, this isn't, it's not a fluke, whatever rank we are in math or science. That's not a fluke. We have money. We can increase the education, we can decrease. We can add money to that, we can take money from that.
Right.
So it's more so about what, you know, how we're going to utilize this quote unquote system that we have in place. So, our baby, like, I have a video where I say, like, this kid, you know, like, I already know is varying levels of aptitude in K4. This kid is going to save some people. My kid is already in the class with people that I, you know, people's kids that I know. So the only thing that it takes is for us to link.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, I tell my baby, go out there, you know, make some friends, you know, do all of that.
And I seen her too, y'all. She came down here, we in the basement doing our thing, and she like, I got my Byrdhouse on, and she had a fly Byrdhouse shirt, y'all. You know, hey, you should put that out there for the kids. Had a little panther cheetah print on there, y'all. But she was proud of that, and then she had another Byrdhouse shirt up under that, and she like, look, you know, that just really made something for me. Like, I mean, I don't get that excited about none of my Nike clothes. But I think she's so excited about that because it got her name on there. Can you imagine that feeling, y'all? I mean, we need to do that, y'all.
Yeah, straight up, she'll be like, okay, I'm going to get a shirt for you. You can wear a Byrdhouse shirt, and this, I didn't talk to her about this. this is a child observing what happens in her household. And I was like, that's amazing. Yes, I'm going to take a Byrdhouse shirt. Pick out anyone that you see for me. Yes. You're going to wear a Savannah Soap shirt because that's your business.
That's right. My son got the Savannah Soap shirt, man.
That's
y'all
amazing.
Follow me on Facebook. Check it out. I posted it. I came through and I definitely had my son rock it. And I explained to him before I gave him that shirt, like, this is why this shirt is important. I know you may not know it, but this is a little girl from Milwaukee who started her own business, and she's out here marketing and promoting, and this is why this shirt is important. And I wanted my son to know that if he wanted to do something, he can get a shirt like that as well. And, with Byrdhouse collection, everybody can get a shirt. Let's start wearing our own clothes, y'all. Show pride. It's always pride and ownership. Man, I don't know if y'all can see me, but I got my shirt on, man, and I don't care if I wear this hoodie 5 days a week. Guess what? It's got my name on there, and that's pride and ownership, y'all. So I could testify what he's doing is working, and she's only 4. Did you say how old is she?
Still she 4? Just started 5 on the 13th, but
5.
Yeah.
Imagine
5
y'all.
now.
When she get 12, man, and let's do that with our kids.
Yeah.
I wish I had that opportunity when I was young. And even if they want to do something else different down the line, she can understand that I don't have to wear somebody else's clothes. I can make my own clothes. I don't have to work for somebody. I can work for myself. I just want you to know the option is out here. And so, best of everything with her. That's dope.
That's okay. That's amazing. I also have an 18-year-old. And, I didn't get to her early enough, so she's doing like a college, she's trying to find herself, and that's dope too.
Yeah, that is dope.
But your son is 13. That's a pivotal, it's pivotal. You could start hooping and just be an NBA star. You could start doing anything right now and just entirely going to that field. Do you see him wanting anything?
It's funny because I guess I wanted to kind of go outside the box with my son. Like when we were raised, everybody wanted their kids to be like a superstar athlete, like be good in basketball or football, or be super smart, or go do this and go do that. And so, I guess I'm a little different. First thing, it may sound cliche or corny, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I wanted my son to first of all to know that he was loved extremely, no matter what he did. Because then that gives him the energy and the courage to do whatever it is that he set his mind to. So, I raised my son as far as I let him know education is important, because I know he's got to play that game to get where he wants to get in life. A good base in education always is important, whether if it's a high school diploma or associate's degree or whatever. And then from there, I let him be him, and I let him tell me what he is. And right now, my son is not really engaged in anything in Pacific. He's just more being a kid, and I'm just allowing him to have that time to do that. And then whenever he finds whatever it is that he wants in life, I'll be there for him. But more than anything, I want him to have those values and those norms, and I want him to have that foundation to know that he is loved, because then that's going to be the foundation of whatever he chooses to do. I played football in high school, and my parents would always come to the games. And so, I did it, for, like the hang out with the homies and stuff like that. But, once my mom's and them wasn't really taking it serious, about senior year came, I quit. I'm like, what's the point of doing this? Right. So, it's so important that your parents get, us parents get engaged with our kids and let them know that they are supported and they are rallied. And I think that's going to make them be successful in whatever they want to be. But I don't put my son in anything. I want him to be happy. If he could be that, and not have to go through the problems that I went through, man, I'm happy, bro. So.
Oh, that's amazing. I just want to, yes, that's dope. That's very dope, and that's very poignant. I just want to offer that my baby just graduated from Dominican High School.
What? That's what's up. Shout out Dominican. What's that? Class of 2020.
2020.
Oh, we see you, Dominican.
Yeah, class of 2020.
Don't Yanni brother hoop there? They got a good basketball team and everything. Don't Dominican? Don't Giannis brother?
Yeah, it was a decent squad. Giannis' little brother went to go meet Bronny in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, this year, and it changed his game entirely. So,
ew, did it?
Yeah, shout out to Bronny, and shout out to higher
Bronny.
shout out to higher standard. You know, shout out to a higher standard of working, and shout out to a higher standard of accomplishment.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And
yes,
I feel like one of the biggest detractors from accomplishment is the standard that we set here in Milwaukee. You know, it's like it's not high enough for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I saw Yanni little brother fall victim to that. They would let him do whatever he want. It was like, no, this nigga's got the most potential out of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be running every position. And he don't need to be taking the last second three. You know, he don't need to be pulling up from anywhere. He need to be center. He need to be guard. He need to be forward. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, but when he went to go see Bronny, that nigga knew he wasn't on that level, and that's what happened. He completely changed his game after he went from that tournament back to Milwaukee.
See?
And I feel like that was so dope because listen, man. The entire 4 years my kid was at Dominican, pretty much the only person you would hear at the games would be me.
Oh, wow, straight up.
And my kid was on a dance team.
Wow, man, come on, fans.
But I'm telling you, it's mad. But no, it's environment. You know it's environment.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I come from Madhouse. I come from a mad house, and I don't play that shit.
No, we don't play
that. And then when old boy, you know, like dude would be doing, he pulling up from 30 feet. It's like, nah, who in charge of bro? You know what I'm saying? He's still young. So it's like, you see what that money do early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that. This nigga needs to understand.
Yeah.
You know, so I really saw how money dictates.
Yeah, money dictates it all, man. Especially at some of these schools, like, you Yanni brother, and we know it. And I seen the guy. You know, I don't know his name, but shout out to him.
Alex.
As Alex or something.
Alex.
Yeah, nice.
And I love him. I love Alex.
Yeah. He hooped with my brother.
He hooped with your brother.
Well, my cousin, on the Boswell side, I forgot they used to play out at Dominican. But yeah, he you know, I know some people that met him and they said he was a cool cat and all, and you know
he's really good, but you could tell he suffered from that favoritism. You know, because he had way more potential. He could be better than his brother. But they let him do whatever you want, and it's like that's not how you. No, your brother slept on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, your brother wake up, playing basketball, go to sleep, playing basketball, and you are very comfortable, and that's showing.
Yes, you know that sometimes it be like that when you got a famous sibling like
it's
that.
It's gonna be like that damn near every time because you got yes man trying to get that money, and
that's
it's like,
all.
You know.
He sell tickets. It's Giannis' brother. He gonna sell tickets. It was great for Dominican, and if he didn't play, then they wasn't gonna have him come out. And that's all fine. But then like you said, you got to be able to structure this kid because when he go to college, he's gonna need to know how to hone in a position.
Yeah.
And he out here chucking up threes, and like I said, I seen him, and he don't. I mean, I just can't see it like that, chucking up threes. He not a dirt, you know what I mean? Put him in the box, put him in the mid, whatever his range is. But I mean, you gotta develop these kids. But I feel it. Like I have friends that kids go to some of these schools, and it's politics a lot of times. If it ain't Giannis' brother,
all the time.
Yeah.
AAU running Rebels.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
My father donates, so that's how come he gets 10 minutes a clock. He don't have no talent, but his father gives a lot of money, so he gets the last shot. So you know,
it's a lot of gray area.
That's sports though for you. That's sports for you, and that's why I don't want my son to get into nothing, man. Where he get in and somebody try to put him in a spot or put him in a box, man. You
it's
ain't
like
gotta
a fossil.
Yeah,
understanding of what your contribution is like.
Hey, because when I was at Madison, man, like I said, I played sports, and I'm like, man, I want to be a running back. They like, no. Then they had me on the line. I'm like, bro, what am I doing on the line? And then it was like, I think junior year. Right, what am I doing on the line? I wasn't even 200 then. I think it was like 170 in high school. And then eventually they gave me linebacker.
Okay.
And I was like, cool. That's where I should have been. But imagine if I had found my skill early, like we was talking,
Right.
and then I would have had perfected by senior year. It could have put me in a position to maybe get a scholarship.
Definitely.
But if you ain't finding who you is or finding your position the junior year, or you ain't getting the clout because politics or whatever,
Definitely politics.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to my homies, Jeff, James, Tay Walker. Them like senior year, I remember like we had a coach that came over and bought over his whole starting five, stole a senior year from them. They were supposed to be the next senior team. And they coming in senior year, and this new coach came in and bought his whole starting five, and he bought over Perry and a couple other cats that had some decent talent. But
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if they would have had that, they might would have been inspired to go to get a scholarship or go to college.
Yeah.
It's opportunity. We were just talking about that,
Yeah.
and I just don't want him to be because you ain't popular enough or you don't know somebody, he don't get the light that he's supposed to get. Like some of this stuff is politics, man.
It's a lot of politics.
It's a lot of politics, man. I want my son to know he's gonna be a winner regardless, So,
And the thing that I realize with politics is that they try to figure out what they can invest money in because they got money. They just got tax dollars to be like, well, what are you doing? Okay. Well, you'll influence people with this message. We'll go with you.
Oh, for sure. And to sell the
Sign
tickets.
these papers.
Yeah, man. I mean, all the recruiting like that. Look at these big colleges, man. Look, they get in names that's gonna sell jerseys, man. It's business.
And we just had this scandal where it was like, motherfucker, like clearly people get like these interests to these big name colleges just off like money and like endorsements and shit. But we still regard these institutions highly, or I feel like we do. Like we'll prosecute Becky from Full House, but we still hold Yale as a upstanding institution, right?
Yeah, man.
It's like that's the whole system. But I feel like that's what we be doing. We be like, whatever, Barack Obama, like, fuck, it's like, no, the entire thing that will allow a Barack Obama or a Joe Biden or you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers who just ain't genuinely interested, go through because you got a team, you got motherfuckers that will project your image in a way that they deem fitting, and that's America.
That is America. That is America, man. You can have, even like some of these artists out here just got the image but no real talent. Like you're not even really cold with your lyrics or your vocals. You just marketable.
I gotta get to the bathroom, so
go ahead. But yeah, man, that's just pretty much how it is. A lot of these people out here all off an image, and I would like for people to just know that like we get caught up too much in image as black people. I think like obviously you should know you somebody beforehand. It shouldn't matter if you how you look or what you dress like or where you from. You good enough to be wherever you want to be. But the world don't work like that. So that's just kind of how it is. I was taught that when I was in school. They used to have this thing called front office appearance. And for my HR people, they might know, a little bit about that. But yeah, you look good enough to be the front office person, secretary. This is what the image looks like. And if you don't look like that, then maybe you need to, be a janitor or something else. So never been big on fitting anybody's profile. So, but yes, y'all. We again is down here with my boy A-Hard at the Byrdhouse Collection. He ran into the bathroom real quick, y'all. So we gotta do our thing. He is back.
Yeah, grab that.
I will do before I mess up. But yeah, like I said, A-Hard, that image thing is tough. We do the same thing to each other though. Like if you don't look like some image that we judge you. You know how it go down.
Yeah. Hey, but it's like, man, like, okay, that's a dope concept. That's a very dope concept. And that's one of the things where it's like we do things differently. And it's like, cause I had a white girl come to my house, and she was supposed to stay with one of my friends, and he was a black man. And when I saw that, cause I had never met her, like I had been talking to him for a while, and he was like, yeah, I got this new girl, like you don't like her. And I was like, okay. So they came up here, and I saw her, and I was like, oh, she's not ready for this. And
she wasn't ready?
Yeah, and it was like, damn, like depending on your environment, you might think you might think you good. You might think you on.
Right.
And it's just like, damn, you gotta build with your people. You gotta have more relationships, because I swear to God, they trying to tear us apart at every turn.
Oh yeah,
you know,
for sure, man. You know, that's how it is, and then we all start looking at each other like that. That's how we get self-hate. You don't look like a baller, girl. If you don't look like a baller, they don't care.
That's so
if you don't look like an athlete in
Yeah.
high school, you wasn't popular. If you went on the basketball, football team, all that cliche stuff. Bro.
Hey, and that's such a. I mean, like everything you're saying is true, but that's a Milwaukee point of view, you know, and that's a cloud chasing. Like, this is a person, I met him in Hawaii, you know, and he was cool, and everything was good. And then I see what happened after COVID-19, where he had to go back to Peoria, you know. And it's like, now you gotta change your life. Now you gotta figure out. Now you gotta realize that you wasn't around. Like, you didn't have like a black community. Like, you're a black person, but you didn't get. You know what I'm saying? Your grandma wasn't cooking, you know.
Especially in
Sweet
Peoria.
potatoes, and it's like, damn, you know, like, I had to realize, like, I was just on a call. All my family was talking about was my grandma cooking and taking care of people and being raised in the hood, and it was like, damn,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you don't have that background, you might be lost.
Well, that's what we were talking about, like going with the kids and education, self-taught. Like, information about yourself is so impactful. Like, where your culture from, where your family from, what y'all values based in, what did your family do? Like, I mean, that's important. That's what we missing in the school. We don't get enough of all the black inventors and, you know, black scientists and all the other great things. We need that love so we can really know that we not just slaves. We didn't just come in chains, and we just didn't act like animals, and we were civilized by, you know, the white man who taught us right and gave us education. Like, you know, we got to really get outside that, you know, and that's why they constantly throw that image in front of us, and then we always go back to that too. Like, that's something I get tired of. Like, we always report back to slavery when we run nothing else. We pull a race car. But, like, you know, we so much more than that, dude. Like, read books. If you read this book, it's called The Black Book out there. It just shows you a lot about our history. And again, when you know you have greatness inside of you, you have great capability inside you, and you own something, it's just going to push you to be better. You know, just like when we were talking about with our businesses. You know, when you wake up every day, you know, you created this thing lives and breathes through you. And you got to push it, you're going to take way more ownership and way more pride in it if it was just a job. That it's like, oh, yeah, I go home after 5. This ain't got nothing to do with me. So we just got to take pride in who we are and where we from. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people we know, I mean, we didn't all start up in the north. Most of us probably came during the Great Migration from the south, you know, from our family that came up here for a job or what have you. But what about when y'all was in the south? Where y'all from? What do you stand for? We don't know that. And that's why we so lost. So, you know, we do need to connect and really find out who he is.
That's so, bro. I feel like this is you heard the prophetic?
Yeah, I love dude. Yeah, dude is dope, man. Don't sleep on that white boy, man. I'm telling you, dude is calm.
No, this is Prof from Milwaukee, bro.
Oh, Prof from Milwaukee. Okay, yeah, I did. I ain't.
I mean, he hasn't been on his musical in a long time, so this is old. This is very old. But this is.
I love this vibe, man. You know, this to me give me that real hip hop, laid back. So, like, I ain't gotta be doing a whole lot off this.
And you wouldn't know this nigga's from Milwaukee, right?
No, because the sound.
Right.
Listen to the sound. You know, the thing is, real quick, Milwaukee people, let's stop making the same sound, y'all. Please, man. Let's stop sounding the same.
You know what? I don't think you should say what we shouldn't do.
Okay.
We should definitely search for originality, but we don't have no guidance. We don't have no. They take all our leaders, so.
Right. Yeah, I think I like that, Aaron. We should look for originality, y'all. We got to make a distinctive sound that's so Milwaukee, and You just can't, you know, once we get that, I think we gonna blow up. Because there's a lot of great artists in Milwaukee, man.
Yeah.
Straight up. No, it's sad that some of them gotta go to other states and go to other places to blow up. And then you never hear about them.
Well, to be honest with you, I feel like Milwaukee art, with the exception of Sada Baby, we do Detroit music better than Detroit. So that's probably gonna be our shit, to be honest.
Hey.
Shout out to Mike, shout out to Looney Baby, shout out to Guapo Chapo.
Okay.
Murdering. I'm talking about, nigga, I play a whole Milwaukee set all day. Shout out to Munch, shout out to Rissa Fam, shout out to Prophetic, shout out to Tay Butler, shout out to Jada Copper, shout out to DJ Time, you know, shout out to Sosei, you know what I'm saying? I know niggas that's out here getting it.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm saying?
sure,
We just gotta promote that shit.
Yeah, we used to love it, man. I don't know if a lot of y'all, you know, speaking on DJ Time, Sosei, what's happening if y'all out there. H2O Magazine, One Shot, you know what I mean?
You told me about that, I was like, word?
Yeah, Center Street, you know what I'm saying? Frost from Madison. Frost, he was a contestant of one of our One Shots. Shout out to
Frost.
him.
Shout out to Frost.
Hey, man, I always about Milwaukee, man. We used to do this when I was at college at UW, man. And we'd be over there, and we would have hungry artists just come in and battle for recognition. You know what I mean? Just being known in Milwaukee. It wasn't like no big deal or nothing like that. They just wanted to let people know I'm an artist and I want to be seen. And I had so much fun doing that. I swear, man. Like, Milwaukee, man, I love y'all, man. I feel like it's a lot of goodness going on in this city. But, you know, sometimes we let the bad cover it up. But, yes, we do got some great artists in Milwaukee. Keep grinding, man.
Man, this Jack City, dog, and I've been spending the last couple of years, I've been just trying to, like, identify with actual people and trying to realize, like, you know, what part is missing. You know what I'm saying? Because artists are fickle, artists are artists. You know, and they act like artists. So, you know, we have a New York, we have a LA, we have a Chicago, where motherfuckers can be artists. And then it's like, you come here and it's like, a motherfucker just don't accept you once you hit a point. And it's like, I don't want that to be the case, you know, so I'm definitely trying to, you know, like, Mike, murdering shit, Papo Chapo, Looney Baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, I want to support that all day. I'm going to Atlanta on the 13th.
ATL.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Milwaukee, Atlanta. Shout out to the Milwaukee, Atlanta connection. Just as
I heard about that. It's gonna go down.
Just as a whole, and I'm trying to go out there. Like, I'm Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a bitch. So it's like, I'm finna go down there. I got, you know, my niggas down there. I'm about to go down there with some clothes, and I'm about to go down there with no fear and just try to let everybody know, like, we down here. You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure.
I'm ready, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna get love, man. There's a lot of people from Milwaukee in Atlanta already. You know, I feel like they almost like a second home. There's so many people that are frequent back and forth to Atlanta, man. And, you know, I like when we go down there and connect, you know, to really kind of like network. You know, a lot of people go to party, but, you know, go down there, man, and network. I feel like they going to love the Byrdhouse collection down there. They going to love whatever Milwaukee doing. We just need to love ourselves, because what I do find when I do travel, people like, where you from Milwaukee? And they have an interest about us here. Like, you know, I think, like, you know, we still got a story to tell. So they're like, oh, yeah, Milwaukee, tell me a little bit about that. What y'all do? Woo, woo, woo. So let's get our story out here, man. Let's get out here and make sure they get it right. So when you go down to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, represent. Let them know it's 414 in the house, Cream City, Milwaukee.
Hey.
What they know about that?
This going crazy on God.
Mike on the track, he going ape shit. I wake up, pop the perk, but I threw up cause I ain't ape shit. Pull up on your bitch in a spaceship.
That's what's happening, Mike, I see you. Where that next album at?
He down there working too. I've been looking on his Instagram, like, nigga, when I go down there, if I see him, I'm gonna let him know.
Yeah.
Nigga, let's get it.
You see, we up here feeling it.
Oh God, I'm trying to link with all stars. I'm trying to let niggas know what's happening, man.
Yeah, who you going down there with? Who all rolling?
Well, I'm just going by myself, but my guy Kendall down there. So Kendall Washington, he's from Milwaukee, and Scales, Scales is the one who posted. Yeah, man, I started fucking with
Scales.
Yeah, I started fucking with Scales after my guy Trail from Elite Boutique on Silver Spring. I started fucking with, well, I've been fucking with him forever, but he featured me, and then Scales started following me like, oh, okay, you fuck with dude? I'm like, yeah, you fuck with dude, I'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to Elite.
Yes, Elite.
Man, shout out to that Elite hustle though. Like Elite flipped the hustle so crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shout out to Elite, bro. Like nigga. Hey, salutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm on God.
Salute. Yeah, man. I love when people connect people, bro. Like, I'm just waiting for our movement, man. I can't wait, you know what I mean? I'm supporting anybody that comes from Milwaukee. Man, I've been supporting Milwaukee since Baby Drew, Cuckoo Cow. I mean, you name it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want us to grow up, blow up, you know what I mean, really, and not just be Chicago. I want people to come to Milwaukee and search for talent, straight up, have a record label here, so do y'all thing, man. 414.
Man, what you think about? Well, you probably busy, but what you think about going to Atlanta in 2 weeks?
Man, I would love to make that move, man. If I wasn't,
I just want to hear your excuse as to why.
I know, right? It's always that one excuse. People like, hey,
right?
man,
Like,
I
I
love
play
to.
my family in town. I got a banana pudding coming.
Right. I got a banana pudding.
That's not Thanksgiving, bro. That's the week before. Bro.
Also, yeah, it's gonna be that week too, though. Even if it's a week
like
before,
we gotta make sure it's still it's ripe.
Yeah, right. Hey,
know.
we do got time. Hey, let's stop making excuses, Milwaukee, for real.
Man.
Nah, man,
I mean, it's up to you. To be honest, I feel like I'm not gonna tell Milwaukee to do shit. I'm gonna show Milwaukee what we can do, and I'm gonna talk to Milwaukee off camera, because I've been talking to Milwaukee off camera.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob Smith from RNZ, fucking Urban Art Gallery.
What's happening?
He got that clothing line.
Oh yeah.
He got that clothing line. Yeah, man. Yeah. He told me what he wanted. Throw it to him, and that's all I'm trying to do. Shout out to Anita Mogaka.
Okay.
Yeah, the B. What is the B? I don't know. It's like the B. Like she's doing a whole series about the B narrative.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
man. So
look at this, man. This is crazy. When we got so much going on in Milwaukee, man. What's up with that? We gotta have like a platform.
You don't know about all this?
No, man. And I call myself
you
trying
got
to be
come.
in.
Yeah, you got to come with me. That's why I was thinking about the Atlanta. Like you got some change on you. Come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta with me.
Yeah.
Come to Atlanta with me.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Get connected.
Yes.
Get some culture about myself.
Share that energy, and we could be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got a great energy. I would love to come.
I'm like, we can go down there and be on some straight up. Find some stairs.
Yeah, for real.
We can cut some videos.
Now we can do that. I love, man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
not playing,
Atlanta, man. I think it's so much we can do.
And that's why I'm going. Like, I'm trying to increase the brand. I'm trying to make sure. Well, I haven't been anywhere this year, which.
You haven't been outside of Wisconsin with the Byrdhouse collection yet, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm going to Dallas. I'm going to, I try to go to Houston every year.
Yeah, Houston's nice. Shout out to my boy Jeff down there in Houston, H-Town.
Who down there?
My boy Jeff Wilborn, Madhouse.
Twin? No.
Yep, twin. Yep.
It's two goddamn twins though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like Houston I was gonna move to Houston. Houston is my favorite city in America.
Really?
Period.
I talked to my boy. He said that city is so large. It's like complicated. Like 45 minutes to get to the Walmart, bro. Like traffic all day.
Yeah, it's things that you don't understand when you live up here.
Gotcha.
But even like we go to Dallas every year because that AT&T has a conference in Dallas.
Okay.
And
I heard Dallas is nice. That's the hardest concentration of blacks in Texas is in Dallas.
Okay, I don't know.
That's what they said.
But Dallas is nice. Dallas is really nice, and I like going to Dallas. But Houston, nigga, I might lose everything I have and just fucking come up and you know what I'm saying? Like I went to Houston and I was like, was I born here? You know, like
it felt like
I didn't talk to
second
my
home.
parents. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it was hard to leave. You know, and it was
Yeah.
like nigga, I go to Houston with people and I don't even travel with. You know what I'm saying? Like
Just to get down to
exactly.
Houston.
It's like
That's real.
that's where I'm supposed to be.
Hey, maybe that is where you're supposed to be.
But
maybe you're supposed to have 2 houses.
I'm definitely gonna have 2 houses.
Yeah.
But you know, I was like, damn, you know, like that's dope, and I understand. You know, like when people want to leave,
Oh,
you know, people be like, man, I can't. It's like, okay, well, everybody else that you know lives in Milwaukee, so
Right.
I'm glad you're doing what's best for you. So
Yeah, no, straight up, man. Texas got a lot going on, man. I got homies in San Antonio, homies in Dallas, and everybody go down there do well. Big houses, whether they own them or rent, brick, plenty of space. I mean, shout out to Texas, man. I don't know what y'all doing, but y'all treating people right down there, man. So, hey, if you move down there, bro, more power to you. Definitely H-Town.
I feel like it's such a disparity, you know, like because if you rich in Houston, you're just rich, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? When you rich here, you might have to own a Mequon. You can't
Right.
pay Midtown.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you can only do so much because
Right.
you know it's not a lot of rich people here. You know, you definitely
Right.
gotta come.
You gotta maneuver different.
Yeah, you gotta conform to your own situation. But in Houston,
It's not like that.
yeah,
Yeah, my guy was telling me out there, man, like, you know, gated communities, it's people of all nationality. Like how we go to Brookfield, Mequon, and we, you know, don't see
bro,
us.
I'm telling
down there, they there.
you, like I love women, and I love thick black women.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not even fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go down there and talk about the women and look at the women. You know what I'm saying? It's some very thick white women, Puerto Rican women. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's all about the environment, you know, and
Wow.
and we do things based off our environment. And not only are these women, you know, first of all, it's more of a concentration of people, so it's more candidates,
Mhm.
but also it's a more severe competition. So you got more women doing more business and you know, like being more fit, you know, as opposed to here, like you have a lot of women who justify not working or not.
Crazy.
I mean,
Just chilling. Just getting
I
off
wouldn't-
her looks, off
I
her
wouldn't-
body. She thinks she
Yeah,
cold.
but yeah, man, yeah.
Look, ladies, I love y'all, but man, that ain't the biggest fallacy I ever heard of, man. You got
Yeah, it's really bad.
crazy, bro.
It's really
Like,
bad.
Kim Kardashian got to work, but you cold, you ain't got to work. Like, dude, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian was born into a family of luxury, so that might not be the same case for you.
Right.
And you probably got kids. So.
Exactly. Like, she was born in a rich family, and, you know, as media, everybody say her body cold, but she still got to work. But why do you?
I mean,
you
she
think
bought
special?
she bought the body that, like, people don't talk about her paying up these surgeons to have this body. Like,
I don't think nobody care no more. I be seeing cats online killing me. Like, I mean, listen, if you got something out there, lady, where you got some surgery, I ain't gonna try to shame nobody. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, your body is yours. You rocking it. But man, these fake booties is just getting a little too much traction out here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, everybody don't need to have one. And if you don't got one, don't mean you need to get one. But yeah, man, love yourself. Again, man, love yourself with whatever you rocking.
man, okay, yeah, I definitely, like, I agree, but every time there's like one of those things, like it's like a clear display of just self-hate or not paying attention to the detractions or the negative effects of a procedure, and it's like, do we have, like, what's that part? You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with you trying to get right, but are you gonna jeopardize your stomach lining? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like the shit just get to the point where it's like, I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'ma look good, and it's like,
Yeah, that's how a lot
that's
of them is.
bad.
Yeah, that's how a lot of them is out here, man. I'm telling you, you know, and I just, like I said, the only reason I'm big on it, I believe in natural beauty. Like,
love,
I feel like
love
whatever you
yourself.
got.
How do you? I live in a house full of women. If you can't love yourself,
Yeah.
I can't tell you nothing else. And
Yeah,
I
for
talk to them
real.
all the time about shit that be happening, men and fucking standards, patriarchy, all this shit. The only truth and strength and beauty you have is in your own shit.
Yeah.
That's the only choice you have, is to love yourself and to realize that your imperfections are the best thing that ever came. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
It makes you who you are. It's like you're
cause
individual.
I swear to God, all these man, I am so. I thought about it and I was like, bro, I'm solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? If I'm not solid, bring on anybody who say I'm not solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and that's the attitude that you need of anybody who's talking about your city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like we let people who don't have the best credibility represent our city and our culture.
Yeah, well, that's because, I think we was talking about that earlier, man. Milwaukee always had its problem finding its identity, and that's why I was saying, like, you know, we get our own sound and we do our own thing, and I know it's, like, hard trying to find that, but what I really want people to do is just don't duplicate. We've been known to duplicate all the time. Like, we always follow in Chicago. Whatever happened in Chicago eventually come up here. Or if it go in another city, hit the coast, and eventually come to Milwaukee. But Milwaukee going to have to figure out how to start a trend that's going to come from the Midwest, and that's going to spread out to the coast. But if we keep duplicating and following somebody else's blueprint, man, it's just going to be... Not saying we can't do it, but, man, I mean, we got to figure out a way to set ourselves apart. And so, you know, I think another thing I will say, though, it's a lot of people from Milwaukee that ain't real with Milwaukee. So let's not get it twisted. I'm born and raised here, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't from here and you just came here talking about it, and I ain't saying like new, but, hey, some of y'all ain't from Milwaukee. Stop talking about it. If you don't remember, let's talk about some Milwaukee shit. Like, if you don't know, like... Capitol Court, and you ain't never been at that movie theater that was at Capitol Court, I don't think you Milwaukee.
Yeah.
What else like some Milwaukee stuff? Like, if I don't know, like if you didn't see like Alderman McGee Sr. tip over the police car, I don't think you Milwaukee. I don't know, let's like certain things like, bro, you ain't been here long enough. Like I talk to people now that like wrote about Capitol Court, they like Midtown. Like you not Milwaukee, you know, so some folks just not Milwaukee. But you know, real Milwaukee, man, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Baby Drew and bowling ball paint jobs and candy and Dayton's and Vo's and Guts and that's Milwaukee, man.
Hey, I heard a nigga say when we was doing traffic, nobody ever got hurt.
Oh, we wasn't. We was wild.
I was like, our traffic was different and it was good and it was sophisticated, but I seen a couple of trucks tip over with motherfuckers out the window. So you know what I'm saying? Like
we was wild.
I just yes, man. But that's the beginning of traffic. Like that. Yeah. I don't know. Like I can talk to my sister. My sister is 3.5 years older than me. She don't know nothing about that. She didn't go to Clubhouse. She didn't come to traffic. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if you ain't hit the Clubhouse out there on Highway 100 in Franklin. If you wasn't coming down Fond du Lac and stunting there and then going up to Jules Osco up there at Midtown.
Right, it was Jules.
If you wasn't
and I worked at Jules.
See, it was going down.
Up.
If you wasn't at the underground downtown in the parking lot, clowning in the parking lot. Yeah. I mean, bro, we used to do traffic everywhere. Capitol, the jungle. Pure. I mean, come on, man. We used to clown. 76, we was even out there on 76 and Mill out there clowning, bro. Yeah, bro. We was doing our thing. It was a movie theater. Remember there was a movie theater out there on 76 and Mill Road? Remember that movie theater out there got shot up?
Northtown?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Northtown.
Shout out to Johnson Park right next to it.
I mean,
you know who went to Johnson Park? I used to go out there for the go-karts all the time. What's happening? Johnson Park.
Oh, God. Nigga, I'm a dirt you on 18 holes in Johnson Street.
Oh, God.
Straight up, we can ride our bikes right now. I'm off 2.6.
Look at him.
Nigga, it's going to take 26 minutes.
26, he timed it.
Straight up.
On what? He timed it.
You know.
See?
We might go to Johnson's Creek, or we going to the Johnson's Creek, or we going to the pet store.
That's right.
We about to get some Chinese fighting fish. And we all about to get Chinese fighting fish in. Nigga, I got $5 on my fish.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight
up. 2.6.
Right, Northridge
Chambers,
Mall. If you didn't skip up at Northridge, man, you went king at Northridge, man. You don't remember the Bears and all that? They used to be up there at Northridge. I mean, like Milwaukee, like I said, man, we got a lot of rich horses.
Dog. Yeah, we just gotta play that shit up. Like we be letting other motherfuckers co-opt it with like money and other shit. But it's like I realize like I know I'm Milwaukee as fuck. Like I'm Milwaukee's.
Yeah, I'm born and raised. I don't know nothing else.
Listen.
Don't say that.
Listen, man. I had a family reunion call, and my mama's side of the family wasn't none of them still lived in Milwaukee.
Wow, they all moved up.
Right, but they was all talking about this house on 26th and Chambers, this yellow house on the corner, where everybody used to come by and used to be all these pretty girls and gunshots and like, and this was my first kiss and blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm the only one still here.
See?
I'm the only one, and I felt so much pride. Yeah. And I was like, I'm already doing y'all right. Y'all over. I mean, like, do whatever you gonna do. But I'm like, nigga, I'm here. I'm here with my kids. Yeah. I'm here, and I'm linking with everybody that's here. You know what I'm saying?
That's still here. Pride, bro. Right. And it's tough, man, to stay in Milwaukee, man. I'm telling you, it's so easy to leave this place. It's a brain drain state, opportunity, and on and on and on. But if you can make it here and find some way to make it, you can make it anywhere. I still believe in that, man. It's for us, especially with all the adversity we deal with here. But yeah, man, Milwaukee just you either know about it or you don't. But it's home to me, man, and I love it. And it is what it is. It's not always pretty though,
No, it can't always be pretty, and it's a yin and yang in life, and that's what I realized, and that's what I love about Milwaukee, because these other cities, like you got real celebrities, you got real like commercial motherfuckers, entities that will come over there and take over the movement, and it's like we're looked at on a national stage. We have sports teams on a national stage,
right?
So we're looked at on a national stage,
right?
But it's like we have so much less. So I appreciate the opportunity to be, you know what I'm saying? Like whenever they come to me, you know what I'm saying? Whenever they come to me, because they come to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not to be arrogant, but I'm doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do some shit.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like when you come to me, I'm going to be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't going to be none of that. Ain't going to be none of that. Ain't going to be none of that. Ain't going to be none of that.
Yes, sir.
So it's like, yeah, dog. Like, I'm so excited to be able to... First of all, I'm putting niggas on that's out here trying. And that's my first thing. That's my first thing, because my skill is to, ensure that you have your bearings. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at graphics, and I'm good at marketing. So as long as you got a viable product, and as long as you know what I'm saying, you're passionate, and I can believe in you, I can work with you.
Oh, for sure, sure. And people need to take advantage of that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with asking for help. Nothing wrong with asking for help.
It's a thin line.
Yeah, man. I've been in business for, just dealing with business for years, and I'm asking for help all the time. So ain't nothing wrong with us asking for help and networking, man. This is what me and Hart doing right now. Politicking, networking, supporting each other.
I broke the seal. I'm about to go again, so talk.
Yeah. So, yes, we on that intermission break.
That intermission?
Yeah, had to do that. I see you got the George Floyd back there, huh? Yeah. What's going on Facebook? Y'all still with me? We live, you know what I'm saying? We down here in the basement, chopping it up with my boy A-Hart. Man, we got plenty content to talk about, you know what I mean? So we just hitting the surface today, but just keep tuning in. We're going to have more little podcasts. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about insurance. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about it all. This dude here has got a lot of knowledge, and more than anything, I like that he ain't afraid to work out and reach out to people, you know what I'm saying? He will bring you through, show you love. We can all build something great if we just come together and stop acting funny. Hey, Hart, who we bumping in here? Who this?
Mike.
Oh, we got Mike out here, y'all. Steady bumping. I think I'm gonna rotate with him next to the bathroom. We've been having too many beers. I think I'm like on my third or fourth beer. Y'all come to the podcast, bro. You can get your beer, get your little liquor on. This man A Hart is an amazing host, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We just been down here for the last couple hours just kicking. I'll be right back. Where your trash at? That's all good. Is it here? You want me to put it in here? The bottles or leave them out?
You can put them right there or put them in the garden. Either way.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to Mike featuring Looney Baby.
It was a good month, I profited like 6 bands. And I just wake up early, wanted to catch my big hand. I would've had that pussy nigga, but my blick jam. It's gonna be a celebration when I get found.
Free golf, guapo, chavo.
Fuck her friend and I'm down for that. Splash. Broke caught a body when it laid down for that. For real. I got some old money that look like artifacts. I got the drop on these niggas work hard. But I'm popping out your cut like where the target at. I leave a pussy nigga where it started at. Yeah. You know what it is, nigga. Soon as I know that shit, nigga, I can send a center, nigga.
Man.
Gonna put one of you niggas in the dirt, nigga. Check your hoe.
Shout out DJ Jerry. Going hard. Let's see. Milwaukee to Detroit. We've been doing a bit, quite a bit.
Did you hear Milwaukee to Detroit?
Yeah, Milwaukee to Detroit.
Yeah, I heard a lot about Detroit music, man. And you was telling me earlier about Milwaukee gonna be doing Detroit music better than they is, man.
Yep.
Tell the people out here about that, man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
man.
Tap
So,
into Milwaukee, let us know if y'all feeling it.
Yeah, man. So Mike, Guapo Chapo, Looney Baby, you know, Center Street, so
Center
amazing.
Street, I grew off of 39th, baby. You don't know about that
let's
area.
get it, man. And that's all I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Metcalf,
just,
baby.
man, just fucking going in on and building with real people that off real blocks that we used to be on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Straight up.
motherfuckers moved quite a bit, but you know you grew up.
Oh, for sure. Never forget that.
Yeah, you know what made you. You know,
yeah, man.
like I got 2-6. I went to Jackie Robinson.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You went to Jackie, huh?
Yep.
So did you know the twins? I think they went to Jackie too, right? Jeff and James?
Yeah, no, I don't. I went to Jackie Robinson my first year and the second year and a half.
Okay.
And then I went to Germantown.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom had a photo business.
Oh, okay.
So she moved to Menominee Falls, so I went to Germantown for a year and a half. Yeah, like I had to completely flip.
How did you get to Madhouse
from
Germantown?
How to get to Madhouse from Germantown? It's such a easy story. It's exactly what you think it is. I came back down here after everybody had selected schools, and I went to my neighborhood school.
Really? Wait. So you were staying in Germantown when you went to Madison?
Yeah, and then...
Whoa, I did not know that, bro. How did you even catch the...
No, not at the time.
Okay.
Like, right before.
Okay,
so when you was picking schools, I was in Germantown.
Okay.
And then my mama was like, we about to move to Michigan. And I was like, well, you know, my dad still... I'm not moving to Michigan. Right. Like, my dad is the guy, so...
Right. So that's how you got there.
Yeah, man. It got to a point where it's like, oh, I guess.
Man, I was just picking a bunch of options. I ain't really know nothing about Madison. And it's just like, you gotta accept it. Madison was so far from my house, bro. I was staying like on 17th and Walnut, bro. And I was going to Madison every day. Yes, bro. Shout out to the 23 Flyer. Who was on that 23 Flyer with me?
Shout out to 23 Flyer.
What you know about that Madhouse? If you was on that 23 Flyer, it was going down.
Yeah. Ooh, man, straight up.
So, but yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel out there, but I'm glad I did because I felt like I love our class because, I don't know, for some reason we just gelled. Like, we had people from all different walks of life, but I felt like 01 just gelled. Like, you know, we had your D-boys, your hood boys, you had your scholars, you had your you know, your Gothic kick, you know, you had all of them, man, and I think we was cool with everybody, man, on the real. We just embraced everybody. Everybody just found their place, and we made it happen. So shout out to '01 in Madison, and like I said, '02, and I think 2000, they all did their thing as well. But man, we just, I don't know, it was a culture, it was a thing out there. People still hang tough to this day. Still got people on my page that I rock with hard from the old Wizard.
Man, I had to I went to the gathering at McGov, and you know, 'cause I'm right down the street from McGov, so I'm like, oh, we about to be over here. I'm here.
Yes, sir.
And I was just like, damn, like I'm part of a whole community. Like I don't be on Facebook and I don't talk to y'all. You know, when I see y'all out, of course I'm gonna talk to y'all, but I don't talk to y'all every day.
Right.
You know, I don't talk to y'all like that.
Right.
Like I feel like when I got on Facebook and was trying to promote, you was like, hey, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you was like trying to holler at me. But it's like, I don't be on Facebook, but I see that we have such a strong community. Like, I really don't give a fuck what other community. Like, you know, I've witnessed other communities, and they might have money, and they might have whatever, but my community's so strong, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Like, our shit's so strong, bro. And it's not even, my year ain't even that strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But us together.
All of us together.
Like.
Especially with that Madhouse alumni we got on Facebook.
Straight up.
I think we got class, man. When I went there, man, Josh Jones, Jay Clark, the
straight
twins.
up.
Man, there was people that was older than us that was like brothers to us that was like 99 and 90, you know, but we all just connected. I don't know what it, and I know mine was partially because I played football, so I knew a lot of them, but I still felt like in the school, though, we had like camaraderie. Like, I felt like, you know, I don't know, man, it was just crazy. Madison was something special, that's without a doubt.
Straight up.
It was something special, bro.
And I'm glad you know, because, you know, back when I was in high school, like, I was messing with people, and they'll be like, I don't fuck with school, I don't, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I would be like, I don't like school like that, but I got a core group of people that I fuck with regardless, you know,
for sure.
If I go to school or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we definitely have a community, we definitely have a bond.
Definitely, man, definitely, bro.
So anything Madhouse need, you know, shout out to Crystal Scouts, shout out to the Queens, shout out to the Twins, shout out to who else doing other things.
It's a lot of them, man. They got a whole committee out here doing the things, man.
Man, I support it.
Yeah, for sure.
I support everything.
And we got a good bunch of group of people too. Like, shout out to, like, you know, when you look at Madison, it's MPS school, and
Madhouse.
You know what I mean? They be like, oh man,
y'all we got for real.
For real.
Hey, my guy, he went to Tech, and that's my, you know, like, that's my guy I work with all the time. Like, that's my brother.
Yeah.
He'd be like, we all we got. I'm like, nigga, at Madison, nigga, we have a we all we got as bonds.
For real.
Straight up.
And that's solid too, man. And like I was saying, man, I like that. You got people on some stuff too. You got business owners. You know, we got principals. We got I'm talking about, we got degrees. We got educated people, man. And like, they still come back and still support. So, yeah, I mean, you know, some high schools you go to, man, it's just like a lot of people either dead in jail or got a bunch of problems going on. But I think we're really fortunate that we don't have a ton of that. Like, I don't think everybody made it, but it's still a lot of people. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, a lot of people from Madison that done great things, that own businesses and done stuff. And for it to be a Milwaukee public school, man, shout out to y'all, man, for real.
That's beautiful as hell, and I can't even say whether we have like drug people or business owners or whatever. I'm just like, fuck, we have a community.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
when we talk about us, when we talk about Madhouse, you can get a 2 point. You know, when we talk about senior trip, like I want to fuck it up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we talk about the shit that happened at Madison.
Oh, for sure.
Like, nigga,
the senior trip was man.
No, like, that's our community. You know what I'm saying? We all got our different senior trip talks. You know what I'm saying? We all got our little different whatever, but nigga, we family is a bitch. Like, I done met some motherfuckers who actually family who don't get down like us. So.
Right, that's true. Yeah, man, it's great to be able to connect with some great people like that in Milwaukee, man. And still family with all them people to this day. I still call them up, man.
I
It's
didn't
dope.
know. I didn't even know I was still family with all these people, and then I got back on Facebook.
That's true. I did the same thing. You know, I was off on Facebook for like 5 or 6 years, and I got back on, and I'm gonna be 1,000. I jumped into the Madhouse alumni group,
Yeah.
and I posted something, and man, I want to say within my first 3-4 days, bro, I was probably back at like 160 people.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about people just requesting me or I'm requesting them. I'm talking about it was just like we reconnected like I wasn't gone for 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was just love. And then when I went to the thing at the park in McGov as well, it was just good to see everybody. And shout out to our females, man. I always have a good time listening to them. They so colorful and funny, bro. Like straight up, like you know what I mean? Like they. We really have like a sister-brother relationship with a lot of our females from there, bro. I really got love for them, dog. They funny for real. Shout out.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to think of who, like, look, Black Ass Nunu, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
So many names. I hate dropping the names because then I forget somebody. But we had so many cool people. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I forgot how old I was. Like, I forgot a lot of people. That's just who I was kicking it with at the meeting. So
yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to fucking Mike Morgan. Shout out to Corey
Principal
Harris.
Mike.
Shout out to
right, military, right?
Yeah, that nigga police is a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know his motherfucking background and shit, but yeah, that nigga took down Kovacic, so
yeah.
Hey, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out to the whole Madhouse, bro. Like,
well, yeah, I'm looking forward to that reunion next year, y'all. Show up.
I'm gonna come to y'all motherfucking reunion because our reunion was obviously fucked up.
Hey, y'all better get it together. But y'all more than welcome to come to 01. We'll show y'all how to get it down. You know what I mean?
What year it is. Like,
you know what I'm saying? It's all Madhouse family anyway. So you can just swing on through. Come on down.
When is it supposed to be? Is that coming soon? Or are you talking about
it's next year,
imagination that may or may not?
Yeah, may or may not. You know, the thing is, we got to support. And I paid regardless if I can make it that day.
How much is it?
It was like $100-something bucks, and I think it's like $34 down. Come on, people. You know, we spend that on shoes and stuff.
Who run it?
I don't know. It's Will and James, dark skinned twin. I think Quintel. And it's a committee. It's like a committee of cash, man. Holla at them. They out there.
If you said the twins, you know I'm all in already.
Oh yeah, the twins are solid, brother. Shout out to Will and James.
And that's what I'm saying.
I can't wait till they get that grill together, bro. I want some food, bro. They know they can cook their butt off.
I'm gonna have to talk to them about just legitimizing any type of business venture, because I feel like I don't know what they doing. Like, I haven't talked to them specifically, but I know that they have a business savvy thing to offer people.
Oh, for sure. I like them because they got great energy. And, you know, they just really gravitate with people. And they just really giving people. And like I said, I know last time we went out, we was up in Gov. Remember, Will got the grill truck. So, you know, we taught them twins barbecue or something on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Make them compete with Pops. Shout out to Pops Barbecue, man. That man started off with a little trailer. And now you see his get up.
Shout out to Pops.
Yeah.
Shout out to M.
Yeah, that too. Yes, sir. Like, man, you started from the bottom. Now look at him. So it's possible. And I wish everybody the best to get out here. But yeah, man, you know, it's going to go down, the reunion. I don't think we had one, man. What is it, like, man, almost 20 years or whatever?
We be having all type of gatherings. Like, we had a reunion, but, you know, we have been having to modify our situation based off, you know, what the situation is. So
Got you. Yeah, get together with your peoples, man. Check on your peoples.
Get together with your peoples. God damn it. Because if they ain't doing shit else, they're trying to make sure that you're dependent on them and not on the people that you know and love.
That's true, man. And it just feel good when you go out here and just inspire each other. Like with my business ventures, a lot of people got businesses out here, and we connected, and we grown, and we got family. Some of us got high schoolers and college kids. Like, man, like, what's happening? Not to date us, but it's real out here, y'all. We too grown to be still playing games, man. So let's connect. Let's love each other. Let's build each other up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all holla at me, Waddy Insurance Brokers, get all your insurance to me, man. Holla at A-Hart, get all y'all print through there. Why can't we support each other? I don't even understand. Like, man, we family.
Man, yeah, man. Waddy, my life coach, man. I'm gonna get in here, like, he gonna throw a towel on me. I'm gonna jog probably at least 11 miles, and man, like, Milwaukee is just gonna be better for us. So I'm very much so excited about what's happening right now, and I'm very, man. I have so much pride for fucking Madison and how we get together and how it ain't, you know, like, it's a lot of motherfuckers who don't actually come, but they participate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we know who we is. You know what I'm saying? You definitely can't co-opt this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know who was who and what was what.
Yeah.
So that's some type of shit. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love a real atmosphere, and I love for a nigga to, you know, hey, if you have some issues, we need to talk about that shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no clean slate. It's motherfucking what's good out here.
That's right.
And yeah, like, we need morals and principles. And shout out to Madhouse, because niggas gonna rip you if you ain't out here living right.
Yeah, we will, bro. They'll check in on you, man. I got some people that be like, man, that move ain't looking good for you. We gotta keep each other on our toes, man. Like, everybody ain't, you know, we could criticize each other without, you know, capping on each other or cutting each other down, man. So, you know, let's build, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm really about. If anybody know me, man, I'm always about the business, man. I just love building with people. I love creating with people. And I just feel like Madison got a lot to give. Milwaukee got a lot to give, y'all. I just want us to break through that barrier, bro. Let us put it out here.
You love it too much. I feel like you love it too much. Yeah.
I probably do. You know, I got that energy, bro.
Yeah,
like, I don't know why
your
I'm so
energy.
excited.
Do you not? Okay, you said do you still smoke?
I do from time to time.
Okay,
you know what
you
I'm
don't
saying?
smoke like
yeah,
that.
I do. Well, when I was in college, it was hard. I used to do it a lot. You know, then when you start getting kids, and you know, you get family, it gets tough. But if I'm out in Seattle, my pops is out in Seattle. If I'm out he stay out there in Olympia. So, you know, when we go out there, we get our little partake on. You know, we enter Vegas. I think we went to Vegas last year, and I went out and got me a couple little edibles and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I that does help with my energy, especially when I was in college, because I know some days I wasn't feeling it, but man, I got that in my system, and I just kind of get going, man, and get going at it. But now I try to use like meditation. I try to get like some downtime in the morning, you know, just clear-headed time where you're not really thinking about your work. What I fall victim to while we're on the subject of this is like how I relax is when you get up, sometimes we get up too quick. So if I just take my time and meditate and relax, I get that same calmness and that same clear-headedness as if I was to smoke. Because, you know, I'm relaxed. That's what it used to really do for me. It would just scale me back and be like, ah. So, yeah, man, you got to find different ways to do that. If y'all don't smoke, try to meditate or try to get you some time in the morning, working out, whatever it is, man. But I guarantee you, man, you're going to definitely wish you had that. Got to have that routine every day. What's your routine? What you do every day? I think I talked to you one day. I was like, what you doing today? What's your routine? What you do?
What do I do every day? I mean, like, I'm still employed by AT&T, so I make sure, you know, I fulfill that obligation. But now where I'm at, I'm kind of on a journey, so I don't do anything like every day. Like,
okay,
I look for signs. I've been looking for signs. Ever since like mom passed. So, I've been building myself based off signs. Like,
gotcha.
So
take it
it's
as a
like,
go, huh? Just wake up and to go with the flow.
Not go with the flow, but it's like, I heard this. You know what I'm saying? I you know, this seems promising. You know, this is what I think, where I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
That's the type of thing, you know, allowed me to build a spirituality and a belief system and an understanding because, you know, I run into so many Baptists and Christians and whatever your religious belief is, you know, in my family, and they'll be trying to push that shit on me, and it's like, no, you got blind spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if your faith accounts for blind spots, but you never talk about you being lost or you not, you know what I'm saying, like you being in a position as I am and seeking information and trying to understand what's going on, like you're kind of just trying to persuade me to believe as you believe, and that's not, I don't think that's
no, everything.
I don't think that's indicative of guidance.
Yeah, I believe that too, dog. Like everything ain't for everybody. You shouldn't necessarily push your belief on somebody. But yeah, you know, I try not to, you know, really do that as far as religion. I think that's where religion pushes people out, when you start preaching to people and trying to tell people what you want to do, like a Jehovah's Witness, and just be like, yeah, you need to be doing this, you need to, like, don't preach to people. You know what I'm saying? Put the information out there. Let them make that decision. And if you can't tell like somebody like, oh man, your life ain't right because you ain't right with God, you know, type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, even if you believe that in your heart, like that's not for you to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't push religion on people, but I do think people should do like you know, listening to the Buddhists. It's not necessarily a religious, even though they say Buddhism is, but to me it's like a way of life almost. Like, you know, you can meditate, and it just talks about like, you know, taking care of your body and tranquility and peace. And I think like when you get older, you really respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like if you're going to go into any kind of religion or anything like that, you know, get your time where you can read your word, or if it's just meditate, or just peace of quiet, or if it's just hear gospel music, whatever it is, man, I don't knock nobody for doing that. I think it's just the peace and the tranquility that it takes you to, and that's where people are better at. So whatever it is, man, I ain't going to tell you which way is better, but I do feel like if you don't have something that you can grind to outside of your work and everything else, you will go crazy. You got to have something. I don't know what it is. It could be family, it could be a book, it could be ideology. I don't know what it is, but if you just go on life and you don't have nothing that ground you, you will get crazy. You will get lost, because I ain't been lost with religion. Like, you know what I mean? People get lost all the time. They start second-guessing God. They start second-guessing things. But, you know, like I said, man, religion is not all in. Like, man, I got God, I'm good. Like, you living every day trying to find your way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find that sign, like you said, trying to get that sign from the Lord or wherever it is. So, yeah, man, I don't think you need religion to have peace or have serenity on this earth, but you do got to find some kind of balance, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate just your outlook on the subject, especially with you being a man of faith.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm just like, I don't even know if I could like share it. You know, like it's such a unique individual journey. It seemed like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just like I never had, even though like I grew up in a Baptist church, I didn't subscribe to those beliefs. And then, you know, like my mom was super Christian, but it was like it seemed like she was running for something. You know, like she would throw herself into that so she didn't have to be accountable for other things, and that's something that I didn't like. And also I feel like the preacher would account for that, you know, for that you not being there, you know, would be like, she's over here in the Lord. And it's like, no, that's not how it is. So man, shout out to the feeling, and shout out to today, because like I got so many spiritual callings today.
That's dope. You was telling me about that, how it was just the signs was pouring in this morning. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know, I woke up, you know, Halloween is my favorite holiday.
I like Halloween too, man. I like everything about the dressing up and the candy.
Yeah, Halloween is my favorite holiday because people, you know, like, I don't know what's going on in America, but they feel like they can't be themselves. And on Halloween, I've always had so much fun. I've had an exponential amount of fun, probably because people didn't have to be themselves.
Right. Okay, I can see that. You get to be something outside and get a little wild.
Right, and it's like, you know, I'm festive, so I'm going to dress up for whatever your occasion is, but I realized a lot of, like, I talked to my dad. He was like, I never dressed up for Halloween, and I was like, what?
What about you?
Never,
Well, no,
right.
I did see you. I seen you post on there. Your guy was guy off of Martin, the karate guy, and
Yeah, Dragon. We went to it. Yes, I love.
that was
Halloween,
a good picture.
bro.
I like that picture, bro. That was dope. Check it out,
yes,
y'all.
I told him, like, I need a picture, bro. This is my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I feel like some people don't recognize it because it's supposed to be evil or whatever. And it's like, bro, I never had so much fun. I'm talking about every time.
Yeah, it's a fun. I think it's just a fun holiday. You know, I mean, what can you not like about it? You get to dress up, be whatever you want. You can, use it as a statement or a political movement, or you can just be goofy. Like, you could dress up as any, all kind of costumes. You got candy, you know what I'm saying? It's a good time for the kids. I do believe, some people don't like it because of, they think it's worshiping the dead. But if we just forget all that and just go off of like candy, Halloween, and people just wilding out, I think like, dude, why don't you like Halloween?
Right.
Like Thanksgiving is my next holiday that I like, right? Because you can eat and you kick it. The most stressful one is like Christmas, when you got to spend money and you got to do all this stuff.
Right.
Like this holiday is none of that. Like you don't have to really do anything. You don't have to do a ton, but it's a great time of the year. So I love holidays like that. I'm with you, bro. I think that's a great holiday.
Yeah, that's dope, and I feel like we interject things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what did you say? It was like, it's like an evil, like.
Yeah, they think like it's worshiping an evil spirit or worshiping the dead or some demonology type stuff. And I can tell you, when I was my grandmother used to be big on that. Some of those religious folks, that's the devil's holiday. Listen, if we just skip all that and just, look at the kids, like,
Bro.
they have so much fun.
Bro, it's the devil's holiday every day.
Right? I mean, technically we can say that, right?
I mean,
technically. He working every day. He ain't waiting to Halloween like, I'm finna go to work today. I mean, he working every day.
Exactly. So, my thing is, we have a day where people are comfortable to be outside. You know what I'm saying? Do things, gather. And, like, I'm very much so for, like, women who out here trying to get it, like sex workers. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, get to your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Halloween because women gonna come out and whatever. They feel like it's an excuse, and we done built up like this type of standard in society where you can't come out like this unless it's an occasion. Or, you're gonna be a slut, you're gonna be a whore, and it's like,
that's tough.
But and it's crazy because you love that. You know what I'm saying? You'll shit on the same things that you love be in contrast to like your view and what you're trying to express to other people. I broke the seal.
People just gotta stop talking about people and judging people. I think we were talking about this earlier. Like women, they got it tough. It's a double sword because they have to go out here and be conscious of how they dress and how they present themselves. And I get it, when you know what I'm saying, because you dress a certain way, it don't mean you a certain way, but it's tough, But I feel like whatever it is, if we just stop judging people, let people wear what they want to wear, go out, have fun. I don't care, you know what I mean? But you got some responsibility on how you conduct yourself. So if you're coming out here real sleazy, I mean, you're going to attract the wrong crowd. But, yeah, don't let nobody stop you from wearing something. I be seeing guys out here wearing, jock outfits and stuff. Man, it's crazy how they don't never say nothing about the guys. But the women, they get scrutinized so hard. But I just think that they just intimidated by the woman's body sometimes. I think that's what people get uncomfortable with and stuff like that. But Halloween is Halloween, man. Yes, sir. Talk about the same. Hey, they said A-Hart in the bathroom still doing the podcast, y'all. And y'all gotta come down here and tell this dude, man, he cannot do the podcast from the bathroom. He gonna have to just stand out here with everybody else and hold it. Hey, Hart, what was your character on Halloween again?
I was a chef. I was Chef Byrdhouse.
Chef Byrdhouse. I seen him in there with the hat on and the whole dig. Where'd you put that on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I think I miss an Instagram or anything.
Why you? I see that. You
I
be on
mess with Instagram more than anything.
Why? I do see that a lot.
On Facebook gonna get in your business. Facebook want to know what your real relation,
Right.
like your real family is,
Yeah.
like where you work at,
Yeah. Right.
your background,
Right.
like. And on Facebook, you want to have a status. You just want to tell people how you feel. You just
Right.
write it.
Right. Right.
And that's one thing that I don't think you should just tell everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Like certain things shouldn't be told.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. If that's what you want to do, tell. But
Right.
I don't think people understand the magnitude of telling just random shit that you feel to people that you don't talk to like that.
It's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to stir up conversations with people that you don't even engage with, and they're going to look at you in a certain way because you haven't displayed yourself fully. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like...
Facebook, it can get a little sticky, you know, especially even on like political views and religious views, and sometimes you may just be talking, but you could be offensive. I think like you're right.
Yeah.
It is sticky on Facebook. Instagram is just pictures. Like you either like it or you don't. But
Yeah.
like Facebook, you know, it can get charged up. Like you might say something that might offend some people, and they might take it totally left.
Yeah. And that happened to me. Like, I was out here, I had a little clique or whatever, we was doing our thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, youth came along with the power to tell everybody that this person is associated with, that they did a thing. And that wasn't a power that my friends could handle very well. So I was like, oh, I gotta not be engaged in this because, I'm not the type of person. I already got a lot of attention, so I'm not looking for attention.
Right,
like,
you're
I'm
not
out
attention
here,
seeker. You already got attention.
yeah, and it's like it's people out here that's like they need that extra, or they see you doing that, or they see other people doing that. Like, oh, okay, I could just do that, and it's like, no, like I'm not on that. So I was off Facebook for a good 5, 6, 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, man, but I understand, like, and that allowed me to see, like, the draw to Facebook. And, like, if you're on Facebook, maybe this type of thing that interests you, or, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, like, we have a much bigger problem than, like, lower standards or, communication or, like, because our standards fucked up. Our standards are horrible.
Yeah. I didn't. Facebook is cool. I think what messed up Facebook is when people took it to something that it wasn't really meant to be, and now it's like for old folks. It's like sometimes, like you keep up with family, but like if I was to go express myself on something, I don't know if I would want to necessarily take it to Facebook because I feel like because you can comment and stuff on other people's stats so much, like it gives them to make them feel like they should have an opinion. When sometimes I just want to put something out there, like I don't really care if you like it or your message. I just wanted to put this photo out here. I thought it was dope, but then somebody felt like it was their time to come in and I ain't like this.
Right, my opinion.
But then nobody asked for that,
right.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is for me to post whatever it is that I want to post, and so whatever you post is whatever it is that you like to post. But once whatever you post start making me offensive on your page, then we not using it for what it is.
Yeah, like I noticed that we weren't mature enough to have this type of power. Back when I was I got on Facebook when I was 25, 26, 27, and then like we was kicking it, but I wouldn't post on that like that. And then all of a sudden it was like my guys had tagged me saying like I was talking to somebody and I had a girlfriend, and I was like, well, why would you do that in the first place? I have a girlfriend. You try to talk to my girlfriend. So it's like, oh, this is another way for you to be able to try to talk to my girlfriend. You know, like it got to be a bigger part. You know, it's like the record industry. You know, it's like you know, it's like it's like motherfucker got a key to another level of influence. And you know, like if you with it, you know, you get down or not. But yeah, I didn't know that's where it was going, and that's not what I was on. So yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, Facebook it can get messy. I mean, on all kind of levels, relationships, family, falling out over a post or something on Facebook. So I mean, it serves its purpose, but I think like sometimes we just do too much with it. So I feel you. Long story short, I don't get on Facebook a whole lot. I like Instagram because you ain't really talking about nothing. You showing a picture. Like, you know, if you got something in the comments below the photo, I have to actually look at that. But most of the time, I'm just looking at the photo. I'm not looking at your comments. Yeah. So if you posted something inappropriate, I don't really care because it's just visual. Right. Rather than Facebook, I think sometimes we read too deep into things. And, like, some people do just vent on there, which is fine. Again, it's your page. You should be able to do whatever you want to do. But you don't understand by putting that out there like that, you can offend someone else. Because, you know, words are very powerful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I can get up today and just be on some playing shit like, yeah, you know, fuck everybody this day, blah, blah, blah. And I can be jokingly, but somebody else can take that and then misconstrue that. And then, first of all, I just feel like social media, like some of these people are stupid. They put too much business out here. Like the police is looking at these people all day long. I know so many cats right now in jail right now because of Facebook. Yeah. And that ain't, I don't think that was what it was supposed to be designed for, to incriminate people, but that's why you got to watch Facebook, because it can be like that, man.
Yeah, it will allow you to just
get too far out. You got to limit what y'all put on there, folks, sometimes. Think about what you putting on there. Like, everything don't need to be on there, you know? And then I get mad when people get mad when you use the information you took off their Facebook page, like, you know, like they date somebody. Why y'all worried about who my man is? Because you posting pictures of him like every week, like you telling girls all the business about him. Like, girl, he do this. You giving them entice to be in your business. Same thing with a male. Man, my girl's so thick, she got the bomb. Dog, you giving me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then be like, oh, it's a joke. People take it so seriously. Like, everything before you was joking was serious. So I don't understand. like that's your problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you want to make it like everybody knows. It's like you portray things and people take it the way they want to. I don't understand where you think you are right now.
Exactly. I mean, you can't just say some shit just like Cat. You can't walk in somewhere and say fuck everybody and think niggas can hear you and walk out. Like, you got to be held accountable to a certain degree. And some people, I think, you know, we get courage. And it's like, you know, one thing I do say, imagine like when we was in high school, if we had this kind of live where we could post this stuff out here, we would be in so much trouble because when you under the influence and we young and dumb, you recording it thinking it's fun, but you don't understand that this is getting put out there. Like, it's a spread out there forever. Even when I personally feel when you shut down your Facebook page, like that information is gonna be out there somewhere. Absolutely. Like, I feel they own that. Like you because when you look at the agreement for Facebook, it's kind of like in exchange of using our platforms, you give up all your personal rights. Like, we can get into your contacts, we can get into your messaging, we can get into your location, we need to know this. We literally giving up like privacy.
And we not reading that.
No, we only agreeing right off the bat. You know,
we like Facebook jail.
Right, Facebook jail. Folks is really out here talking about, bro, I got a Facebook jail like it's a real jail.
Bro,
and I see cats mad.
I thought my nephew was in a real jail. I was like, see, he went back to jail. He's not listening to me. And then she was like, he wasn't in real jail. And I was like, why would you compare Facebook jail to real jail if you was just in a real jail recently? That's fucking ridiculous. But
because people
are so on Facebook,
dependent on social media, that 6 days of without social media sound like 6 days of solitary confinement. It's like solitary confinement to, hey man, I am nobody without my social media.
It's gotta be like an actual jail for you to be like, yeah, I was in it. I mean, for you to liken it to, I mean, you just came from the county. You was in the county. Like,
we all know there ain't no real jail like no Facebook jail. But it's just crazy in his mind that he thought it was like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like other people, I understand, but you just got off probation in September and you was joking about Facebook jail. It's like, okay, where's the line? You know, like I don't understand what we're doing here.
yeah, man. Social media is just, I don't think anybody really was prepared for what social media was going to bring for us. I don't care what nobody says. When Facebook first came out, nobody would have ever thought that it would be this impactful. Like, you know, it's a real life addiction problem out here. There's some people that can't go an hour without checking their Facebook and their Instagram. Like, people check, I think, their Instagram and their social media more than they check their mail. Like, real talk, is real out here. Like, I don't know how that got like that, but it is such a thing now. And that's why you got to get off of it. Detox, people. Get off of it sometime, man. Put restrictions on there when you get on social media. But it's an animal. It's a beast. Like,
yeah, I don't have anything to add. It might run your fucking life if you let it. So.
Oh, for sure.
Listen to Coach Waddy. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
But if you don't see that, you know what I'm saying? It's like people live their entire life on Facebook and it's be like, I'm depressed. It's like, well, you know, so.
But just think about that too. Like, that's funny as ever. Like, I mean, I guess not really funny because it's real, but like, how you see somebody post, it's interesting. Yeah, real for sure. Like, you can see a girl on there look happy and as ever. See her in real life and she's depressed. Like, how does that matter? Like, you got 4,000 friends on Facebook, you get like 300 likes, but you feel lonely as ever. That's the funny part. But I guess it's not funny. But like, how can you have 4,000 friends but yet feel so lonely? Like, that's weird.
Yeah, you've been expressing yourself all week. They liked your expressions, so you know that they got them.
Exactly.
But you still not fulfilled.
It's still funny though, ladies, how y'all can get like 250 posts when y'all showing some
Don't
naked
just say
skins.
ladies. Don't just say ladies.
Oh, lady. Okay, not
Because
just
these
ladies.
motherfuckers out here be licking ass on camera. They be doing all kind of shit. They be doing all kind of shit trying to get that clout. I swear to God, man, clout
I'm
is a
defriending
whole
you.
different animal.
Hey, I got, if any of my Facebook friends post any of that, I'm defriending you. I think I'm just gonna tell you that.
I don't think you should defriend them because it's like we live in a, like you said, it's a whole different thing. And your friend might have got 2 G's just for posting, you know, that loud pack that bro had. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can't. My thing is when I zoom all the way out, I go back to COINTELPRO, and I go back to the last president that was assassinated.
Okay.
And I look at this and I'm like, oh, they wanted to make sure they didn't have to assassinate a president because that's very messy. You don't want to do that. You don't want to assassinate a president or a leader of a culture. You had to do all of those things. You had to do multiple of those things. And they made sure that they wouldn't have to do that like that anymore.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
I don't care about what you post, I guess. But you know what I do believe in is like energy and content. And I feel like a lot of y'all give me some energy and content that I don't want because it's on my feed. Like, I can't unsee it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Bro,
so like, I don't care about what you posted, but that don't mean I gotta watch it.
My guy posted this. Have you seen this wrestling? It's like a wrestling clip where a dude it's like a backyard wrestling clip where a dude hops off the 4th rope and his leg like bends backwards, and it's like, did you just have that on your Facebook for me to watch, bro? Like,
I can't do groups and stuff like that,
bro.
See, that's why I'm saying certain things.
Like,
you gotta have responsibility.
and you just comfortable with showing people that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, me and you we're not from the same place. I love you, but I would never do that.
Yeah,
bro.
That's why I say I defriend you. Like, if I defriend you, it's nothing against you. Like, you not obligated to have my friendship.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to add you on Facebook.
And I don't like how friendship is dictated by motherfucking Facebook. We don't have to. We don't have to be friends.
You ain't my friend no more because you didn't like my last 5 posts.
Unfriended me, or like whatever. It's like that's a game.
Yeah, man. We just That I can't tell you though, but I think we should that's a conversation. Like social media just blew up. It just took over our world.
They threw us for a loop though. They threw us for a loop. Like they didn't roll out no type of when you do this. But that's like a bunch of shit. You go to college and you be like, bro, you gonna get this debt, but it's gonna be a job for you. Like, well, is it right now or you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they can just roll out so many things with this promise, and we don't have that burden of proof.
Well, we don't ask questions. We don't read. We don't ask. We don't
we
find out.
Like,
we just it's cool.
Government benefits, sign here. Okay.
Well, you know, I think we were talking about that earlier when I was telling about these bills. Like when we were voting on Obamacare. I mean, like we voted on Obamacare. They had us thinking we was voting on Obamacare and getting like health insurance for everybody, but it was all kind of stuff behind there, man. That's how they fool us all the time, and they know they're not. Like I was telling you, that bill was like super high. It was like almost, like 2-3 feet off the table, and they know you're not gonna read all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like the contracts they give you when you sign up for social media.
Yeah,
you're not finna spend the extra 10 minutes.
Terms and conditions.
Right. How many times have you took the extra 10-15 minutes of reading in its entirety?
Yeah. How long
Please.
Was your lawyer available when you was reading such?
No, bro. You was scrolling right down. You hit agree. You could have signed your life away. But that's what I'm telling you, though. People don't understand about that social media, bro. Like, what if every time you post some private content on Facebook, it's no longer private anymore? Like, what if you just gave up some rights, but subconsciously? Like, just think about it. Like, you take something as precious and private as maybe a picture with your daughter, and then you put it on Facebook, and it's no longer A Hart's property. It's now Facebook property.
Right,
I can use it for marketing and whatever.
And they making money, and they selling it to motherfucking modeling agencies and all kinds of shit.
Right. You no longer control it. We don't think about that. Like, that's the whole thing about social media. And what makes it even deep is how fast we are to just sign that away, though. Yeah. Like, we cool. Like, we know something. It say, let me get access to your contacts. We don't even know why, but we like, fuck it, it's Facebook. Everybody did it right. You did it right. Then I guess I do it. But, what's scary is when we trying to, like, get rights for each other, if we willing to give up rights for social media, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll fall for anything. Like, you know what I mean? We'll fall for anything if we don't stand for something. Like, you willing to give up privacy to be on Facebook, bro. Listen, like, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, like you're willing to give up privacy, but you think I feel like your view of privacy has changed, because you thought privacy was just the shit that you do in your house, but privacy now is like, well, I can record this and I can send it to people that I fuck with, and they can see the shit that I'm doing, and they're like, well, privacy is whatever we deem to be privacy, so if we want other people to see this, we could fucking do that. So
they do that, and they make it so hard for you to block it. Like, you should be like, your account should be super private, and then you should have to make it unprivate. But it's not that way. You get an account and it's super unprivate, and you got to make it private with all these codes. Like, you got to tell it only share with friends, only share here. Like, they make it where everything you post, everything you link is like public. Until you tell them, like, no, only for friends. But if you really care about privacy, then it should have been private, and then you should be able to decide if you want to make it public. But why do you have to tell them, like, no, this is private?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's just not right. It's impossible. So, my thing is it's just the way we are. Like, it has changed our life so much. We willing to give up rights for it. Over what, though? Like, I guess my question for you is, like, I use social media for marketing and keeping up, but, like, what do you get out of social media?
Who, me personally?
Yeah, you personally.
I don't know. I use it mostly as marketing too, but I feel like you got less. You probably have less? Do you have less interactions online than I do?
As far as, like, you mean friends, or what do you mean by interactions or likes?
Interactions. I'm talking about comments.
Comments. Yeah, I mean,
conversations, or
I don't have a ton.
Yeah,
you'll get a like,
yeah,
and you'll get somebody like, oh yeah, cool,
yeah,
but it ain't like straight hardcore engagement.
And be like, oh, this is unique because this, and you go, back and forth. Yeah, I feel like You don't have that.
No, you don't. And I think like, you know,
but I feel like you specifically might not have that because of how intense you are as a business person.
That's it. I think so too. Like, you know what I do is I try to reach out to like a lot of high school friends, and if I see your stat, I'll post something on there positive.
Yeah.
You know, I always try to like, you looking good, you doing this.
You're too mature, bro.
Well, exactly. That's it. You know, but then like I understand that, you know, this stuff it's not really, I guess, worth anything. Because, like, okay, I guess to me, I look at it and I be laughing sometimes because people, like, Facebook reality don't look like they real life reality. So I can't trust what you post on Facebook. I see people post cars and clothes that they don't even own.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I ain't seen people Photoshop photos. So, like, I guess when I'm on there, I'm only liking, like, positive stuff. Like, pictures with kids, pictures with family, anything about business owners. I'm only on that. But yeah. I guess I don't engage with a lot of people because I don't post that cool stuff. Like, I ain't posting blunts, and I ain't posting lean, and I ain't posting ass, and I ain't posting rims. You know, all that cool stuff that gets you thousands of likes. I be posting stuff like, yeah, the sun is beautiful, look at the leaves. Like, that's cornball shit. So that's probably why I ain't got it. And I'm cool with that, though. I'll be the cornball. I don't have to post nothing for you to like. So I guess that's why, you know, I don't get a lot of interaction, but let me post something on there about, you know what I'm saying, a blunt. I think I'll probably get like 20 people wanting to talk to me and shit. Oh, for real? You got that blunt? Where you at, bro, man? Let's roll up. But if I post about my business, they be like, man, no, I'm gonna stay away from dude. He too righteous.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was looking at, you know, like sometimes if I post a kid, you know, if I post, you know, me and Maisha kid, like shit, I get like 100 likes. See? But if I'm talking about come bring your kids to this Halloween event, they're like, maybe.
See? You see what I'm saying?
It's like, well, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
why can't you come out?
Right.
Why can't you support?
Or do you have a business that you would like to be at over here, or talk about, or anything that's just like
they don't have anything.
Yeah, it's just like
they're so shallow.
Yeah, but man, like, and I don't even want to say shallow, but it's like it's such a crowd where you're like, there's nothing to do here, and that sounds conducive. That sounds like something you could be a part of, and it's like,
yeah, man.
Once you realize like that's kind of bullshit, you know, I feel like that's a teenage outlook on things because I have a teenager, and now that she's a grown person, she's still trying to look for ways to distribute responsibility to other people, and it's like it's hilarious.
A lot of adults do that to this day.
Oh,
like,
God.
They make so many excuses, and even as a people, it's the government, it's Trump, it's the police, it's the city, it's my family. We do have a lot of reasons why, and all of them could be legitimate to a degree. I'm not going to say that you don't have a legitimate argument, but what I'm going to say is that you got to learn to focus on what you can control. And like, I think, you know, that's probably the biggest thing for people is like, don't stop making excuses all the time. Focus on what you can do to not have yourself in that situation. But I think sometimes we like complaining. I think some people just want to play victim all the time. Like, they like to hear that. Like, yeah, that's right. We are homeless. We are hopeless. That's right. We not educated. Like, and then they just rally behind that. Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself all the time.
I feel like victimhood is very relatable.
For sure.
And it's easy for people to hop on, and you can just, you know, people are like, we're not getting treated fairly. And you could be like, yeah, man, my baby daddy ain't treating me right. My baby mama ain't treating me right.
Right.
This system ain't treating me right. This educational system ain't treating me right.
Right.
And it's like, bro, are we just here to be like, to complain, or are we here to address some shit and fix it? And it's a thin line, you know, like it's a very, like, that gray area is gray as a motherfucker.
Super gray. But, you know, we got to be able to hold each other accountable, man. You know, we got to be able to just call each other out on it. It's bull crap. Stop making excuses, bro. You can't keep complaining because daddy wasn't there, mommy wasn't there, teacher wasn't there.
You're a real confident person. You saying that from a very confident space.
Yeah, I because you know what? I told myself that. Like, everything I talk about, like, it ain't just talk. Like, I've been through it. Like, I mean, I could come up with 1,000,001 excuses. Like, man, I ain't know my dad till I was 18. And then I grew up in Milwaukee with single parent mom, grew up in the hood. You know, I didn't know nothing about finance early on. Nobody taught me how to be a dad. Nobody taught me about getting married. I come up with 1,000,001 excuses, but I don't make that excuse for nothing I did. Like, I graduated college. I'm married. Got a kid. There was no blueprint for this. I think we was talking about it. But that don't mean you don't try to be better. You know what I'm saying? I think we was talking about that. Like, man, I didn't have this, but I'm working with my girl right now, and we learning each other, and I'm trying to be a more sensitive man towards women so I can better understand them. Yeah. Well, that's a conscious approach you took there. But, you know, you could have made excuses and just told your girl, like, hey, well, I don't know what to tell you. You go find another dude. But this is how I was raised, and you just going to have to accept me for who I am. Like, I think that's what a lot of us do, and it's stupid. But, like, you can do better. You can. You can stop making excuses, bro. I mean, let me ask you this. What have you achieved, or how have your life changed by making excuses? Like, tell me one thing you made an excuse about in your life that you like, yeah, bro, I said I'm not going to start my business because it was hard, and then you just felt good behind it, like, yeah, that was it. Right? It doesn't get us anywhere.
Yeah, when I was in the position to make excuses, that was before I could actually like have a real business. So, yeah, like my business was born out of we don't have shit. Like like my family ain't poor, you know. Like I got a lot of motherfuckers in my family. Do we have like a brand? Do we have a fucking store? I know my kids can't work at nobody else's store. Nope. You know, like
can't get an internship somewhere because you know somebody that owns something.
And I'm just like, wait a minute, what do we have? Like we got people who have money. We have people who moved out of Milwaukee and still love it and wish they probably were still here. But we don't have an actual brand that we wear or represents us, and you know, like that you can, you know, that at least we can wear and know that this us. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we ain't out here for the bullshit. Right. And it was like, it was so many people. You know, my immediate family obviously we on board, but the rest of my family, it was like, damn, y'all kind of just still, you know, adhering to these regular systems and things that you hear. And that's when I realized the power of making your own brand. You know, like it's like if you know like what you it's a display of what you represent. You know, it's a display of strength. It's a display of this what we are. You know, like I don't.
It's pride.
Right, it's pride, and it's like, what do you have? What do you put your faith in? You know, like what do you do when you come home? You know, because you work for someone else. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. What do you stash your money and your pride and your faith and all of that into?
Yeah, I love that. I remember that was part of my motivation too. It's like, dude, you work 40 hours for somebody else and then you too tired to go home and put in time for yourself.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think that's like super dope. Like we really go out here to build some other person's company, to help someone else look better. But then when you want to do something for yourself, you got no time, no energy.
Yeah, man, it was wild. Like, I mean, it was more so like my mom was passing, and I was like, I had to evaluate my family and, you know, what I had to do to make sure we was gonna be good. And it was like, oh, I have to lead. I have to completely lead. I have to completely be a leader, and we'll be good.
That's scary though. You know, shout out to you and kudos for that, because it's scary to be a leader. It really is. Yeah. You know, people think, you know, because you curse, you don't have to be scared, but it's scary to be a business owner sometimes. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I believe like people should come together, support each other, uplift each other, because it's not always good. And so, you know, that takes courage to say, man, I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to be the first to do anything. Just think about it. Like, the first person that got to try to figure out how to fix like world hunger or the problems with the justice system. That's going to be so difficult. The first person. It gets easier after that. So kudos to you, because it's not easy to just go out and say, I'm going to build a brand. You know what I mean? And like, tell me about how you handled that fear. Because I think a lot of people don't know how to handle fear. And I think fear holds us back as a community and a lot of people from doing things. So, like, how did you kind of like handle that fear? You losing your moms, you in a certain spot, and then you decide to go take on more risks. Like, what brings you to that?
Well, it was kind of like a natural progression where I was like, I was trying to figure out. I'm turning you up when I'm trying to tear you down. Look, we got all kind of ghosts and shit in here.
I see in here. I see.
Look, check the mic. Do the mic level.
Okay, go ahead. Check one. Yeah, we good.
Okay. Yeah, man. So, just when dealing with that whole thing, when mom can't perform, her regular duties, other people get asked to step up, or they get, you got to see who gonna be able to do what. And throughout that whole process, it was like, I'm the one who has the strongest grip on what's happening,
How many siblings you have?
I have one biological sister, and shouts out to her. Like, when mom was passing, she was the G. She was the one who did the thing. Like, they had a closer relationship, but regardless, it was like all that shit was hard. And I watched her go through it, and it was like, bro, like, I'll do anything to make sure I'm there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just realizing that role, and just and having to be there for people. It's like you realize what we here for. Like that the school and shit. Like just growing up, that's trying to get you to be a person. You know what I'm saying? We need people in our society. So once you realize what your capability is and what your bond is to other people, you can be a person. But like certain things just get lost, and I was, I'm good. I ain't never been like a hoe to
right.
From anything that I've heard. But
Right.
it was just like, once we didn't have that pillar, it was like, somebody gotta step up. And I knew, I was the most capable. So it wasn't like I was gonna be able to like fake it or, like slack off or something like that. Cause I talk a lot of shit. How come people ain't doing this? How come this ain't happening?
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay.
Now you got to start talking about why you ain't doing shit.
Right.
When you start talking shit, you got to remember to talk
Right.
shit about yourself too. Like,
Yeah.
well, why I ain't doing shit neither though. So.
No, that include me.
Right.
All day, that include me.
Yeah, I know. I'm like that too.
And I got an 18-year-old who do be like, well, how come, like, before she was 18, she was like, well, this supposed to be like this, and this supposed to be like that.
Right.
And it's like, now that you're 18, you realize that shit is hard. Like,
Yeah.
you would love for that shit to just be like that, but guess what?
It don't work like that all the time.
Yeah, it ain't like that.
No, it don't. And they got to understand that as they get older, it just don't always work like how you planned it. But that's tough, man. I like that story, man. You need to get that and want to step up, because again, it take courage. A lot of people wait for somebody else to step up,
Yeah.
turn their back, you
Yeah.
know. A lot of people don't want to do it. So to have that courage, especially in that time, a lot of people don't know what to do, man. So, but it builds you to be a stronger person. And now, I mean, how do you feel about your decision?
It's a lot of decisions. So that, I feel like I've just been guided by, I don't even have like a religious background, I just have like a spiritual structure.
Right.
But I'm like, all of this stuff was put in place for me to be here.
So it happened for a reason.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like everything
absolutely.
happened for a reason.
All of these things happen so I could be who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, that shit is probably about to be a motherfucking monster, because if you talk to anybody that know me, they'll be like, can't talk to him. He's so stubborn. It's like, I know what we're supposed to be. I know what we're supposed to do. And you probably don't know that. You probably don't understand that.
Right.
But I'm going to show you.
That's the best way to do, though.
And I'll be showing people, and it ain't, like I tell my kids, you can do anything. It's like, no, you done seen me interview the head of talent development at HBO. You know what I'm
Dope.
saying? You've seen me go feed homeless people. You've seen me
Dope.
do coat drives and
Dope.
send shoes to Africa and all of that.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I just
Then y'all did a little art thing over in the community somewhere when y'all painted.
Oh
the
yeah,
wall.
yeah. We went. Man, shout out to Yes. We Young Enterprises Society. We all in whatever they doing. You know, I try and get my kid in a summer program every year. So yeah, man. Whatever's going on out here in the city, I'm trying to be down. You know.
That's why I'm here, y'all. I like that. You know, for real, man. That involvement in the community, giving back. That right there is so impactful, bro. That's what's gonna help your business and take you to the next level. Just having that kind of heart, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the way you're gonna get success is by giving and helping others, man. So, dude, if I can get involved with Waddy Insurance Brokers in any kind of way, doing the pop-ups, let me know. Definitely, you gotta give back. You know, no matter where you get in life, you're not gonna get there without giving. So that's dope what you're doing.
I see, man, like, I see what you're saying, and you're like, you know, the money and the success and blah, 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 and I'm like, it's already here, bro.
Yeah.
We base things based off money and things that's gonna come and understanding.
Right.
I wake up every day with a purpose. I wake up every day, and I'm like, I'm about
That's
to
dope.
do this. I'm about to see what's going on. You know, I call people, I talk to people, I
Yeah.
talk to you.
Yeah.
Personally, specifically,
Yup. Call me.
and you called me, and it was a fucking blessing from the universe or from Jesus or from
Appreciate that.
what from whatever you believe in. You called me,
Yeah.
and I was just like, hello, and you just kept talking, and I was like, yep.
That's how it work, man.
Yep.
I'm telling you, we gotta call and
Yep.
check on him. I'm gonna call you. I called through the week, man, see what's up. We gotta really just, you know, when I came over the first time when I bought my hoodie, man, and I was telling you, like, man, we gotta really support, and we not just gonna talk about no fake support. We gonna talk about showing up, and I'm gonna spend that time with you. And just like today, man, you know, you just gotta do it. I mean, on the other end, for you, I was the same way. Like I said, my phone wasn't ringing. I got up. I said, let me call. Hey, Harsey, how you doing?
Cracking.
And, man, it went. Man, I've been over here, 4-5 hours down in the
Yeah,
basement.
it's been a
We've been
long time.
kicking it, you know. And, I appreciate every minute. Like, you know, it gave me a time to decompress, to get my mind off my business. That's something that I don't focus on. And, you know, like, I get so involved in my business and family that, you know, and money, like you were saying, that's all we chase. And we be like, well, why am I spending this time? Why I'm doing it? It's not making me no money. But this here is more impactful than me making money because it gave me time to, like, really just decompress.
Yeah.
Talk, man to man, get some stuff off the chest, you know, get out the crib. And so, man, you know, things happen on both ends for a reason, bro. And we gonna keep doing whatever we can do to support each other, though. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna make it a movement. I don't know if y'all believe this, but this ain't no fluke. We gonna make this a movement.
They
baby.
don't have to believe it. Matter of fact, I don't want you to believe it.
Yeah, you
Don't
heard what
even
he
believe
said.
it.
Don't even believe
Like,
it.
I'm telling you, I believe in myself. I have so many ideas. I am such an incredible individual.
He is.
I am like, where's Waddy?
Yeah.
Where's Sweet? Where's Ashley?
Yeah.
Where's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
where's Rob? You know what I'm saying? Because
Good team.
we about to do, you know, I just did Rob's line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
bro,
Shout out Rob. What's happening?
I'm here for that. And I'm not going to force feed you that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm going to show you that.
Yeah.
And people already know what the fuck I'm doing. So
Right.
if you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to tell you.
Yeah.
And I'm good with that. Because I
Right.
know how the city function. I've been here.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's going to work, man. And you got that heart and that good team around you. And like they say, you know, your net worth is a connection of your network. And, you know, I love to be able to connect with like-minded individuals, man. You may meet 50 people and you can still not come across a like-minded individual like ourselves that, you know, really about what we talk about. So that's going to make everything happen for you as it already is, man. And like I said, dude, I can't wait to see what we work with. Everybody out there, y'all listening, y'all need to chime in and connect with this dude. Y'all need to get in here. Get on this podcast, man. Come talk to him. Talk to the world, man. Get it out here, bro. I swear, this dude is going somewhere. That's for sure.
Man, I mean, I ain't forcing nobody. Like, what I realize is that I know, like, I'm so Milwaukee. I know so many people. We already successful. You know, we just the thing is, you gotta get Milwaukee people to believe, and it's like, and the way I'm gonna get you to believe in me, I'm gonna work with your business. I'm gonna make you better.
Yeah,
that's how you gonna believe in
for
me.
Sure.
So when you get to wherever you gonna be like, my nigga A-Hard came through and was like, hey, this could be this big.
Y'all hear that? That's what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. That right there is so empowering when someone is taking an interest in you and your business, and then you can take an interest in them and their business and just build each other up. I mean, I guess, you know, I'm talking to the bosses right now, but I don't care what kind of business you run. It's days you wake up.
You could be a boss if you decide to be a boss.
Anytime.
Straight up.
Anytime. It's just a decision. You know, it's a sacrifice. That's what I love so much about it. If you willing, when you become a boss, you willing to, first of all, you got to be willing to take a loss, because never everything is going to win. Yeah. So you got to be like, I'm going to go out and do this. No matter if I fall straight on my face, I'm still going to do this. Yeah. That's courage. And then, you know, like A-Hard and myself, and I'm assuming on this situation, but we ain't had no banks that fronted our money for our business. So we took money we had to earn somewhere else. And we could have bought Cardis, we could have bought Jordans, Benz, rims, all this stuff. And I chose to go put it in a hoodie with my logo on it and sell insurance. And I decided to go, you know, brand myself. Something that don't give me bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? That right there is a vision. I'm betting to lose, potentially. I'm putting my own money up front. I'm being my own boss. And I'm willing to go out here regardless of what everybody else say and go after mine. A boss... It's just not because you work for yourself. To me, it's a mind state. And when you a boss, then you understand and appreciate not only your time, but other people's time. Like, you can work with another boss, and if y'all both bosses, y'all appreciate each other's time. And I love it. I really do, man. So you can be a boss, people. Get out here, man. But it's not, don't put it on a monetary value. Don't look at it as, I got to own a bunch of assets and money. Look at it as somebody willing to bet on themselves and take that risk and go out here and fight regardless if you fail or not. To me, man, people are scary. I'm telling you. They don't want to take the risk, bro, because they scared to fail. They're afraid to be like, I failed. But to me, I'm not afraid of that.
That's so dope. And it's like, I'm glad we got this. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's still recording.
That's all right. Even if it's not recorded, we still chopping it up. It could be one person listening to this podcast, man, and this is still a great podcast.
But you already know the deal, and it's like, so me and you working together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got it.
You see the energy. You know what I'm saying? You see what it is.
For sure.
Whenever I work with somebody, like, I love hearing what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're trying to do is incorporated in my focus in trying to build up Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the individual telling me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like a motherfucker could put a grant out there and they like, hey, all these businesses go for this. It's like, no. I'm like, you got an idea?
Yeah.
Okay, guess what? I'm gonna show you how your idea look on clothes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a DJ at your event, and I'm gonna show you that's a party. That's not that's not a vendor fair. That's a party.
That's a
party. Know what I'm saying? That's an event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's so dope. Like I said, man, y'all people stay tuned, man. We gonna have more. We gotta link up, and we gotta start, continue, man. I could be out here once a week. We could be out here a couple times a month, whatever necessary. We can, get out here in the community. You got pop-up shops, man. I think that's so dope. Did we original pop-up shops? Because I didn't really hear about that until I seen you. And then these pop-up shops, you do that hard.
It was, it's sparingly. And then that, like, Milwaukee has, like, sanctioned pop-up shops where they was, like, trying to get, like, they had money allocated to, like, do shit like that. But it wasn't never us. It wasn't like black people being like, I'm about to put you in the spot.
Right.
Whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like I'm doing the black person,
pop-up version of
it. Like I probably can't like get you a commercial subsidy where you can sell your shit for a month. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that, but we can plan an event and I can DJ and I can display your shit and I can help you with your branding. I can do your logo. I can make sure your apparel is commercial level quality.
You got a commercial printer over here, y'all.
That's what I'm
Take a
saying.
look
But
at it,
also,
big boy.
Also, I have the experience to make sure that your clothing line is to your liking. You know, a lot of times we have to settle, especially in Milwaukee, if you don't have the shit. But it's like, nah,
you ain't gotta settle over here. He gonna get you right.
Nah, your shit gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. And it's about more than your shit looking good. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to hop in on all fronts.
See, y'all need to do that. Y'all need to do that. I already know it. I see what you're doing. I'm here.
And I ain't even gonna tell them, you know, like, I'm telling you I'm doing this, but I'm going to approach you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You start a business. Guess what?
Right.
I'm probably gonna approach you unless I feel like you probably don't need my help.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm out here, I'm talking to people, I'm a friend of you, I'm telling you we doing this, hey, I do logos, I do shirts, you know what I'm saying? So I'm reaching out to people.
That's how you got to. You know, closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah, and Milwaukee, you know, we have this mentality where it's like, I'm gonna do shit on my own. It's like, no, nobody does anything on their own.
No.
You have an impression. Artists, you have like a Logic who doesn't want to divulge that he signed the Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many tactics in quote unquote artistry at an industry level. It's like, bro, I'm not playing none of them games with you. Like, I know people who want to start a business. I'm gonna go to you and I'm gonna fucking help you with your merchandising and your logo and your events and shit like that. Yeah. Because motherfuckers out here got the game skewed.
Yeah, they do. And it's dope that you offering that service, because some people need that help. So some people gonna be like, man, I don't need you, I'll do this. But it's somebody out here that need that help. And that's the same thing I do with my insurance, you know, like
everybody need it. You might not be ready. And I get that, because we a small city, you know, everybody let it jack, everybody let it be the boss. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So
but you know, again, that's what they gotta do. But if y'all wanna grow and expand and do exactly what he said as far as putting an event together, marketing with him, having you do your logo, hit him up. You know, we can't have enough help. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, we ain't got enough people doing everything. That's our problem. So when people think, oh, we got enough insurance agents, or we got enough people doing shirts, or everybody making logos,
we don't have rappers.
We got enough rappers.
You're too old. You're above the age. Like, Jay Electronica just dropped, and shit, I cried when I listened to that.
Yeah,
album, bro. Like,
was it dope?
Like, Real Magic. If you listen to Real Magic, it's like, dog, like,
I gotta check it out.
We're amazing. Black people are amazing.
Oh, of course we are.
Real magic.
We are of course we are, and when we work together,
yeah, bro, it's like, yeah, and I'm just here for that, bro. I don't care about nothing else other than making sure we out here setting Milwaukee up, you know, making Milwaukee look uber professional, and you know, whatever they need, like, that's what I'm on.
Well, we gonna definitely connect, and like I said, those pop-up shots, I think that's dope, because you spreading out all different parts around Milwaukee too.
Yeah,
so
straight
you
up.
know what I mean?
Whole
like, he
series.
getting out there. He on the north, the east, the southwest, where he at? He
I'm
everywhere.
doing whatever.
So, you know, and I'm gonna pop up. Milwaukee come out. We can connect. Everybody can make it a movement. I'm looking forward to it. Matter of fact, what you got coming up? Any events coming up soon?
Well, I'm going to Atlanta for the Milwaukee Atlanta weekend.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be clowning, y'all. Watch this man's stat.
Man,
his Facebook page finna go down. I know he gonna have fun.
Well, you know, I'll be on Instagram a little bit more. But
Instagram. I forgot.
I'm trying to link with like Mike, and you know, like niggas who doing it. You know, like Scales had me like on some. Oh, we about to go to ATL. Okay, I'm gonna go to ATL. You know, I got some folks in ATL, so I'm just about to see. Because like I don't feel like I feel like I represent us. Like, I represent a Madison. I represent like a, you know, I ain't super popular or nothing like that. You know, so I'm
popular enough.
Yeah. Just I'm solid. I feel like I'm solid.
He is.
And I could talk to motherfuckers and, you know, get some shit popping. And that's all. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. I got people in Atlanta. You know, so all I need is just like that promotion, that spark, that whatever, you know, go down there and see what's good. So I'm about to see.
I think it's gonna be awesome for you, to be honest, because Atlanta always ahead of the curve, and I feel like
Atlanta fuck with Milwaukee tough too.
oh yeah, they like our brother town. There's so many people.
Yep.
So many people from Milwaukee and Atlanta.
And they understand, like, I feel like people in Atlanta understand our struggle because, you know, Milwaukee is a small, cold place. So we be doing shit that a small, cold place would do.
Of course.
But Atlanta, you know, like, we still
Atlanta
do
is
Juneteenth. You know, we still
right.
super, you know, we try going for our black people. But it get cold here and we ain't good with the cold. So,
no, we can't
yeah,
do
it's
that.
a little different. So I'm glad.
And I like Atlanta, too, because they got, like, They got like I think when you go down there, you gonna find like somebody that's gonna blow your mind. Like I'm waiting to hear when you come back. Like if somebody gonna show you something, I feel.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And you gonna be like, what? Like, cause the way they operate,
Yeah,
like they do like wholesale. They do it like big. You know what I mean? Like they got people that really, like I'm sure when you go down there, you gonna find designers.
Yeah. Like
real life designers. You know what I mean? That could design for like Kohl's or something. And once y'all connect and you bring your vision in with that, and they tell you like, okay, get this equipment, woo, dog, it's gonna take you to the next level. I feel like Atlanta does that for a lot of people because they are ahead of us.
Yeah, and people say like, oh, I can't make it here. Like I gotta go to Atlanta. I gotta go and come back. And I was like, damn. You know, I don't know. I would say no. I would say no, but I haven't done it, so I can't. I don't feel like I can say that.
Right. I think when you go down there, I think you'll love it. I think something you gonna get out of there, man, and I'm hoping it for you because like it's gonna take you to the next level. And whatever it is you learn, bring it back to me. Bro, bring it back to your homie, big homie back in the mill. We need that, man.
I gotta let Coach know straight up. But I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to be cautious or reserved at sometimes, you know, like whatever, blah blah blah. But you know, with the confidence that I have in my clothing and my vision and what I'm trying to do, like you can't really. There's nothing you could say to deter me, or there's no stage that I could get on that I would be embarrassed on. You know, like no, I'm AR from Byrdhouse, from Milwaukee, 2'6".
2'6".
Chambers. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get this shit moving, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just started talking and gotta take over, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I don't really have to, I don't have to do all that. So it's like, you know, once you have that confidence and once you have that conviction and that, you know, that level, you know, you can go anywhere and just fucking do your shit. Anywhere. So that's where I'm at. So I want to go to Atlanta and just, you know, be full Byrdhouse, be full Milwaukee ambassador, and
yeah, I like that Milwaukee ambassador.
Yeah, like straight up, you know, I'm in your town, and you know, I'm about that shit. I brought some shit with me, you know, fuck with me. Yes. Shout out to Killer Mike, you know.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike got me on my shit. So I'm out here. I'm trying to. Hopefully he down there and I can like go to the swag shop and talk all. You know,
you got the barber shop down there. I think you got a restaurant down there. You see the trap house. T.I. got the trap house down there.
And they got Slutty Vegan. You know, like they got a lot of stuff that's going on down there. So regardless, like I'm definitely gonna link and make some progress. So.
Well, have a safe trip,
excited
man.
About that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Have a safe trip down there. I wish I could make it with you, but I know I'm not going to be able to make it in 2 weeks. But I know we'll link up. I can't wait to hear what you got when you get back. Obviously, I'll be tuning in on Instagram, seeing what you posting and all that good stuff. You know how we get down.
Yes, sir.
And, man, you know, what we got to do is before or after when you get back, we got to jump back on here. And I know you're going to find something for us to talk about. You always got to, like, great conversations.
I need to be coached up before I go down there. So we'll do that. We'll do a coach session.
Yeah,
a day or two before I go down.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Again, man, I can't tell you how much I'm happy to be here with you, and thanks for inviting me out to the podcast and your energy and, you know, your words of encouragement with the coach. I love it. And, man, we're going to have the time, like I said, another time, y'all. Next time we get on this ones and twos, I got a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about. Today I kind of went off with the flow, y'all, but next time I got some stuff that I'm going to put the pressure on. We're going to talk about some in-depth stuff as far as like mental health and the black community and good stuff like that I want to get on too. I feel like that's real deep for our brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we talk about
Yeah.
that enough.
Put the pressure on.
Put the pressure on.
It
You know,
sounds like you trying to get a show. You trying to get like a little. Doctor,
we could. I mean,
Dr. Watt, Coach
dog,
Watt.
man, we could do it.
Hey, Coach
A
Watt.
Hart. Yeah, Coach Watt at A Hart, bro. We go
Straight
here and
up.
do it. We could do it. I'm with it, man. I mean, I feel like, you know, this is the movement right here, bro. Like,
Yeah.
this is therapeutical, like, not only to me, but I mean to, like, for maybe somebody might heard something we said today and got
Absolutely.
it. But for us too, like, I'm up
Yeah.
here talking. I'm
Yeah.
feeling great. I'm finna go home and I feel great. So let's definitely put something on the agenda. Let's get up again.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, you coach, so
All right.
you know I gotta figure out when my next game, and then you gotta coach me up.
Well, I got y'all.
All
Y'all heard it here, man. And I'm going to get up out of here and go to the crib and take care of what we've been talking about, family. But my boy A-Hart, y'all know where to find him at. And I'm my boy Don. Hit me up, D. Waddy Insurance Brokerage. Till next time, folks. G's
Yeah,
and
man.
D's.
Coach Waddy, Byrdhouse,
All day
all good.
in the dungeon.
Uh.
I love it. I love it. What you got to do is...